This good morning is applicable to you people also, and the good morning is applicable to those who are online as well. Am I clearly audible? This was not applicable. This was for those online. And is my handsome face clearly visible? Abhi, this was applicable. Okay. Was there some sound quality issue in the first lecture? Some sound issue? You should have informed me. I believe it is much better now. I have changed the settings. Is it or is it not? Is the sound clear now? Are you able to understand what I am saying? What about the others? You can clearly understand, know what I am saying? Okay, fantastic. Let's go ahead then. I am going to start your lecture with this. And now what does direct tax expect from us? Sir, one of what? You should know that. What one, sir? Bolo. And everyone has to participate. Kiska one? Tax rates. So, okay. Anybody who was not there in the last class and is attending from today? So then we have done the introduction of our subject, introduction of how we are going to study the subject, what are the chapters, what books I am going to give you. A very, very important question that will decide a lot of things. The applicable previous year for your exam is going to be 24-25, means all tax provisions from 1st April 24 to 31st March 25 have to be studied, and therefore the applicable assessment year 25-26. We are now going and learning the tax rates applicable for assessment year 25-26, that is previous year 24-25. Tax rates change every year. They are not given in the Income Tax Act, they are given in the Annual Finance Act, and we are learning the tax rates announced by the Finance Act of 2024. Yes, I do agree that as far as the old regime is concerned, there is absolutely no change or amendment that has taken place compared to last year. In fact, last few years there has been no change in the old regime, because old regime for our government has now become, what do you call it, bad debts written off. They don't want to keep it, they want to delete it, but it will bring backlash. Sir, understand how. Old regime allows you deduction for life insurance, medical insurance. Government wants you to move to new regime. They are floating fake numbers in the news that 72% people in the country have opted for new regime. Nonsense. I disagree. Proof karo. But they want to motivate you to move to the new regime. But the responsibility should be yours. You decided to move to the new regime. Because if they make it compulsory, that means they are bringing disaster in the stock markets. No deduction for life insurance premium, no deduction for medical insurance premium. People will stop buying those policies. People buy life insurance, medical insurance, not for safety or safeguarding. They are buying for tax benefit. And that is gone. And do you know who is the biggest investor of stock markets? Not you and me, bro. We buy one share for each company. Right? The biggest investor of the equity markets are the insurance companies. With your premium money, they are buying equity shares. And what do you think? Annual premium 10, 20, 30,000, and in that you are making claims of lakhs and crores of rupees. The insurance company will ever make profits with that? The main place from where they are making money is stock markets. The biggest shareholder of Adani Group is LIC. So every time there is some good or bad news in the Adani Group, you go and check the share price of LIC on that day. You'll automatically see the effect. Of course, I am not here for stock market tips, but what you need to understand is our government does not want you to take old regime. And as someone who has little bit knowledge of taxation, I will not let my client take the new regime. I am telling you, I will give poison to my client, but not the new regime. and I'll prove it with numbers. But first, because the old regime is not deleted, we still have to learn the rates. Unfortunately, every question on tax calculation has to be now solved twice. Sir, how? Old as well as new, to decide whichever is beneficial. Now, so let's go to the tax rates in the old regime. Assessee by assessee. 7 people in the definition of assessee. You all are aware of that? Little participation, please. 7 persons in the definition of assessee. Who are they? Individual, HUF, company, firm includes LLP, AOP, BOI, association of person, body of individual, local authority, and artificial juridical person. Tax rates are also given assessee by assessee, and therefore we start with the first assessee. Tax rates for individual in the old regime. We will be learning the entire old regime, and then together we will go to the new regime. Individual. You will be surprised if you are not aware, our income tax law has defined individual. Seriously, they have defined individual. They say individual means natural person. Wow, Modi ji, wow. Someone who is born out of a natural process. Bro, reproduction in plants is also natural. Photosynthesis, sunlight, water. Reproduction in animals is also natural. So to avoid confusion, let's keep it simple. Human being. Don't interchange the words. Huh? Otherwise, it will be a murderer killing people sleeping on footpath. Too deep. IYKYK. No? Chal chhod. Individual is human being. So very quickly, whatever tax rate I teach you here, is that applicable to you, me? Acha, don't say, sir, we CA students, garib. For tax, we need income also. Agreed. The question is, if you have income, are these rates applicable to you? What about me? Am I an individual? You see, I am a married man. I don't get that treatment at home. But at least in the eyes of income tax, individual. Sachin Tendulkar, individual. Bhagwan, God is. No? In income tax, come on, individual. Sachin Tendulkar or Amitabh Bachchan, anyone, individual. And we all have to pay tax as per the following concept, the concept of slab rates. Income tax is levied on the basis of the level of your income. Sir, what is slab rate? I know you know, but just for the benefit of those who don't know anything at all, those who cleared CA Inter with the support of IDT and have majorly worked in auditing during articleship, which is basically everyone. So, for safety purposes, whatever is your total income, you will start with 0. Come on. Upper side, it can be anything. It depends on whether you are a CA article or you are a businessman. Upper side, it can be anything. It can be infinite. Your total income will be divided into parts called slabs. And tax will be levied on these parts. This is known as slab. For example, the first 2,50,000. When anybody is earning income of up to rupees 2,50,000 in a year, that's too less, bro. Annual income 2,50,000. You understand? This means you are roughly earning 20,000 per month. Too less, bro. We don't need your contribution towards nation building. We won't be levying any tax. First 2,50,000, we don't have to pay any tax. In technical language, it is known as basic exemption limit. But once you cross 2,50,000, it is your duty to contribute a little towards nation. So when you cross 2,50,000 and go up to rupees 5 lakh, that means, can I say roughly you are making little over 40,000 per month? You should contribute a little, and we are asking for very little. We are asking for a bare minimum tax rate of 5%. So supposingly my income is 4 lakh in a year. Example, my income is, I am below basic exemption. Example. Supposingly my income is 4 lakh in a year. Do I fall in this rate of 5%? So will you apply 4 lakh ka 5%? No. So you should understand what is slab. Slab means whatever be your income on the upper side, You can be any, you can be bloody hell owner of India, Mukesh bhai. Mukesh bhai, owner of India. Which Mukesh bhai? Ambani. Not that Mukesh bhai. Mukesh ko cancer tha. Arey, he comes no before every movie. Acha, you all go late over there also. Acha, first 2,50,000 even for Mukesh bhai will be 0%. I wonder if it makes any difference to him. मतलब 2,50,000 का तो per day his elephant must be eating khichdi. Khichdi for his Bantara. I am talking about that elephant. After 2,50,000 in my 4 lakh example, how much is the amount remaining? वो 1.5 पे we will apply 5%. That is slab rate. The new rate will apply only on the additional income. So first 2,50,000 there will be no tax. If at all I will apply 5%, I will apply on the 2,50,000 between 250 and 5. That's the concept of slab rate. ये correct है? But we cannot apply these slabs directly. That was only rough knowledge. Because for the purpose of levying these slabs also, individuals have been divided into 3 categories. Category A, B and C. Tax rate will change from individual to individual on the basis of which category you fall in. Category 1 will cover all normal individuals, which does not mean B and C are abnormal. B and C are specially and specifically defined. So anyone who does not fall in B and C will fall in category A. And today, in the next 10 minutes, I am going to prove it to you that for all those who are thinking, kya pagal hai re subah subah? He is explaining slabs of individuals to us. But big mistake. I should have started attending after 4 or 5 lectures. I am going to prove it to you that half knowledge is worse than no knowledge. And that is where people lose marks in tax, when you don't know the depth of the provision. One word you are not aware of, your answer will be wrong and you are going to lose your marks. In the definition of category B and C, I will be proving that to you today itself. So for anything that you feel that this is too easy, let me say that it is too easy, then only it is too easy. This is not as easy as you think it is. Let me prove it to you. Because if I ask you, who is category B and C? Fatafat everyone will say, what are categories B and C? Whatever you know according to your knowledge. Senior citizen and super senior citizen. Fantastic. Let me assume that you are right. You are not right. Let us assume you are right. So, senior citizen. And here you are saying super senior. Some places, some authors also call them very senior citizen. Not a problem. Super senior citizen, very senior citizen. Once you cross a certain age, you become a senior citizen, and then later you also become super senior citizen. In the tax rates, we want to give some respect to our senior citizen and super senior citizen, and therefore what we will do is we will levy tax on senior citizen lower than non-senior citizen, lower than people who have not become senior citizen. Basically, you and me who are not yet senior citizen will be paying more tax than senior citizen. And super senior even lower. Simple. A will pay highest tax, second is B, and lowest is C. Okay. Excellent. Now the question is, when does one become senior citizen? Because if left to you, some are thinking, sir, CA karte, it is very much likely. So when does one become senior citizen? Chal bol, because you said it, let me give you the chance. Matlab, you mean to say any person who is 60 years is senior citizen. Fantastic. So 61 is senior citizen and 59 is not senior citizen. Exact 60. Is that a senior citizen? The importance of equal to. And this will be heavily tested in a chapter like TDS. Let me talk about it. Okay, TDS is applicable when the payment crosses a certain limit. Let's talk about our payment. We are professionals covered under a section 194J. When someone pays me more than 30,000 rupees, TDS is applicable. So in order to answer a question of TDS, you need to know the monetary limit. If the amount given in the question is 40,000, your answer will be yes, TDS. If it is 20,000, obviously it will be no TDS. But welcome to CA exams, they will ask you 30,000. So if you don't know the monetary limit, you are unfit for the exam. But if you know the monetary limit, still you will get confused. Sir, ये तो equal to है. Sir, I just know greater than and less than. Whether equal to attracts TDS. सवाल है कि यार क्या बात कर रहा है? I never thought of it. So think about it. It is greater than 30,000. So at equal to, your answer will be no TDS. And same thing will apply in a lot of places, including the definition of senior citizen. Nobody will ask you a question on 59 or 61. The question will be on exact 60. Is exact 60 senior citizen? Yes? Chalo, theek hai. I give that to you. So this finally becomes someone who is between 0 to 59 years. Then you fall in category A, because the moment you cross 69, touch 60, you are a senior citizen. You don't have to cross 60, you have to touch 60 to fall in the definition of senior citizen. And likewise, what about super senior? Chalo, of course, 80. And now does not make sense to ask also. Exact 80 obviously will fall. But then do you understand, this means this has to be less than 80? Or can I therefore say, if this is 0 to 59, this is going to be 60 to 79, and this is going to be 80 and above. Means exact 60 and exact 80 will make you eligible for the benefit of category B and C respectively. Reduction in tax for becoming senior citizen, super senior citizen. Equal to is applicable. Matlab equal to makes you eligible. How many people were aware of this? I will take you on face value. I trust you whether you trust me or not. How many people were? Honestly raise your hands and tell me. How many people were aware that exact 60, exact 80 makes you eligible? Okay, lot of you guys. Fantastic. But then there are some who are already out of this game. So no, don't be excessively happy. Sir, ye kya? Ye to mere ko aata tha. This is not over, no, bro. This is not over. There's a lot to it. And by the end, I will convince you that, sir, nothing is easy. You assume that we don't know anything. I must tell you, whenever I enter any CA final class also, no, I assume that audience does not know anything in direct. Final. Provided inter you have studied somewhere else. Huh? If inter I have taught, so I will not assume that, obviously. I assume that you don't know anything, and I know your reaction is, sir, don't assume it is the reality. So next. Exact 60, exact 80 will make you senior and super senior respectively. Nice, sir. You have to be senior, nine. You have to be resident senior citizen and resident super senior citizen for the benefit of reduction in tax. Category B is not senior citizen. It is resident senior citizen. Category C is not super senior citizen. It is resident super senior citizen. At CA final, international tax is a major part of your syllabus. And any tax provision that is applicable to a non-resident, any chapter, any section, the moment you see the word non-resident, you are learning international tax. All tax laws applicable to non-residents are automatically in the syllabus of international tax. Non-resident equal to international tax. And therefore at CA final, you need to be excessively careful if you have a question where the taxpayer is a non-resident, 100 years old. Queen Elizabeth, she died, no? She survived Hitler ka regime, she survived the world war, she survived COVID pandemic, then she saw Brahmastra ka trailer. She died. 100 years old will fall here. Non-resident, any age will fall in category. So if your question is on a non-resident, 65 years old, 85 years old, the applicable category will be category A, B, K, C. A. Non-resident will always fall in category A. B and C is only if resident. Is this understood? So it is resident senior citizen, resident super senior citizen, and everybody else, including all non-residents. How many people still claim that they were aware of this? See, one by one, I have to eliminate people. Squid Games chal raha hai. Squid Games, you are aware? Netflix. ठीक है, चल. How many people still claim that they were aware of this? So I think now I am left with single digit people. Online, not a single person has raised. Sir, pata tha resident hai. Chalo, fantastic. And in the physical classroom also, I am left with single digit people. Now I have to eliminate you also. Eliminate in the sense, I hope you understand. So now a question arises. Okay. See, two things are clarified. First, equal to 60, equal to 80 is covered. But second, only if resident. Now the question is, this is my previous year and I will customize example to the attempt applicable. So previous year for you guys will remain throughout the batch 24-25. Obviously every person's birthday comes on 1st April only. हाँ बोलने के पहले you say whatever you say is okay. It would have been good if, same day everyone's birthday, cancel, fit to set off, no party, nothing. Nahin? Bol Dhruvin, when is your birthday? 15th June. People born on the 15th of any month are excessively smart, I must say. Legends there. And advance tax due date 15 June bola na, advance us moment hai bro. 15th of some other month, but advance tax due date. 15th of June. If you don't mind revealing your age, can I ask you the year also, if it is not too sensitive? 2003. 15th of June 2003. Fantastic. So do you realize, Dhruvin, that in previous year 64-65, 15th of June will be your 60th birthday? And 84-85 will be your 80th birthday. Abbe math se kya 2003 plus 16? 64-65. So when this year starts, you are 59 years old. Year you turn 60 and rest of the year you are 60. Now see, last year you will fall in category A 100%. Next year you will fall in category B 100%. And same explanation is applicable for 80 years also. What about this year 64-65? Because somewhere during the year you have turned 60. Proportionate category A, B category. 3 months ka category A, rest of the year category proportionate. So the year in which your 60th birthday comes or your 80th birthday comes, let's do it for 60. Same explanation is applicable for 80 as well. 60th birthday this year, A or B. See, I am not giving an option. See, both 80 years pe applicable. So now some are saying A, some are saying B. Obviously, there is only one correct answer. But do you understand the question? And do you at least understand one thing? Sir, we don't know anything. Or we don't know everything at least. It is important that you store this in your brain on the very first day. I am not counting the first lecture as the first lecture because it was introductory discussion, which was also relevant. We have not wasted time. Once you know all this, you are clear in your mind how our batch is progressing. On the very first day, tell yourself, sir, मेरे को direct tax कुछ नहीं आता, sir. I don't know anything. So let's clarify what is the answer. I'll write the explanation under category B and C and close the bracket here. So do you understand the explanation is applicable for both the 60th birthday as well as the 80th? You have to be 60 years or 80 years resident, of course, and equal to 60 equal to 80 covered. We already discussed that. At any time during the previous year. At any time during the previous year if you were 60. So in Dhruvin ka example, was he 60 for a certain part of the year? And of course, in 84-85, he will be 80 for a certain part of the year. You are eligible provided you are resident. Of course, provided you are resident. At any time during the year. So bro, if your birthday is on 1st April or 15th June or 15th December or 31st March, you were born at 11:59 p.m. on 31st March. March ending, even the doctors were completing targets. 11:59 p.m. on 31st March, you were 60 years old for 1 minute. Good enough to make the second category or the third category applicable to you. If you are senior citizen at any time during the previous year, you are eligible for category B as well as C, only if you are a resident. Now do you understand the meaning of at any time? Abhi bol do, how many people were aware of everything that I have taught so far? Resident, equal to wala part, and at any time during the year wala part. Everything you were aware of. I still trust you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still I have 5 people. Acha, this is clear. 31st March also, if your 60th or 80th birthday comes, that previous year, which is near completion, you are still going to be considered as senior or super senior, provided you are resident. Ye clear hai? Now I know these 4 or 5 individual students, they are thinking, abhi bol. They are like, you were going to prove that we don't know, but we prove you wrong. And I am taking you on face value. Because I say it again, I trust you. But what if I tell you that I have not yet closed the bracket? You did? Nahi. I have not closed the bracket. The bracket is still open. That means there is one more twist in the story. There is an organization called CBDT, Central Board of Direct Taxes. CBDT. Central Board of Direct Taxes. Those who have little bit experience of taxation maybe will be aware of it. I must know, because I have seen most students at CA final, they come and say, so stat audit, internal audit, stat audit, internal. Anybody who has actually worked in taxation? Koi bhi nahi. Acha, little bit. See, return filing is not called working in taxation. Ek minute time please. Like we file ITR. That is not called working in taxation. That or websites like Clear Tax do for 99 rupees. Like been involved in faceless assessment, given submission online, file faceless appeal online. Because we used to go and work physically. We used to attend hearings when the officer used to call us and go and explain things to him in his office. But income tax department has become so advanced of late that you don't even know who is your officer. Somewhere in your syllabus we are going to cover that, the concept of faceless assessments, faceless appeals. No interaction, like an examination environment. You don't know the paper checker. Paper checker does not know your identity. To avoid corruption in the game, Squid Games dekha hai Netflix pe. They all cover the faces so that you don't know who are the players, who are the organizers. And thus income tax department does not require your physical presence at all. If you worked in that, maybe you are aware of what is CBDT. CBDT stands for Central Board of Direct Taxes. It is the governing body of direct taxes in our country. Income Tax Act is just one of the direct tax laws. I already told you about Black Money Act in the last class. Once upon a time, there used to be Wealth Tax Act, but it is now abolished. Or if you want me to explain in simple language, What is CBDT? Income tax departments, father, daddy, pops, abba, achan. Hey Karim, तेलुगु में क्या बोलता है पिताजी को? फादर इज कॉल्ड व्हाट इन तेलुगु? नाना. नाना. No, I'm just trying to show off that people from other states are also attending my online class. In fact, there have been occasions where he is from Andhra Pradesh. There have been occasions where people have been attending CA final lectures from Dubai, and 7 o'clock in India is 4:30 a.m. in Dubai. But there are students who are attending. Matlab, it is all about they are chartered accountants. Dubai mein there is institute ka branch, but no adequate coaching available. And plus they have got 6-day working custom, Monday to Saturday, full day working. So very difficult for those students. Online is their only option. But 4:30 a.m. very, very disciplined and very successful chartered accountants. हाँ नाना. तो इनकम टैक्स डिपार्टमेंट के पिताजी, पप्पा, डैडी, पॉप्स, अब्बू, अचन, नाना, CBDT. What is CBDT? Father of income tax department. Sir, why do you say so? Whenever CBDT comes up with any circular, notification, instruction, all income tax authorities, the senior most officer, chief commissioner of income tax, the junior most officer, inspector of income tax, then in between whoever it is, commissioner, additional commissioner, joint, deputy, assistant, all of them have to strictly follow all the instructions given by CBDT. Once an instruction is given by the father, the children have to comply. Now don't say, sir, in our generation it is the other way around. Don't say that, please. The Income Tax Act was enacted in 1961. In that generation, it was like that. My father always used to tell me that he never was present in the same room as my grandfather. If he comes in the room, he will leave. I never spoke to my father while looking into his eyes. Even if I am the class topper, I will talk to him like this. Today's generation is a little se thoda zyada different. The moment I reach house, he will come running and he'll hit me twice. Daddy, why do you come so late? Bola, ye main baap hai. Just in case it is not clear to you. Generation kya? Gen Z. Listen, in that 1961 generation, if CBDT says something, all officers have to comply. Any instruction, any direction, any notification, any circular, any rule enacted by CBDT, it is binding on the income tax department, and therefore income tax ke baap ka naam. Who is the father of income tax department? CBDT. And CBDT came up with a circular some years ago. This circular is in favor of taxpayers. So we are not going to protest, if you understand. And officers don't have the right to protest because they cannot go against their own father. So suddenly an illogical looking thing will become logical. Because mark the statement, CBDT circular, if in our favor, we will not protest and officers cannot protest. We will not protest, officers cannot protest, and therefore illogical becomes logical. See, anything which is wrong only if you fight against it. If you don't raise your voice, if you don't protest against it, the wrong becomes right. Shri Krishna has taught that. Always fight against adharma, even if you have to go against your own family members. I'll give you more Krishna's teachings. You CA students don't need to learn that, then only you can, if you adopt it, it will massively help you to clear. Some other occasion. Right now, focus on what is happening. CBDT ka circular, which appears to be a little illogical, is logical because it is in our favor. Anything which is in your favor, no? Even if it is illogical, think about it. If I tell you that I will give you 1 hour break every day, it is illogical, but you are like, chalega sir. Hai na? The same logic applies here. CBDT says, if your 60th or 80th birthday, 31st March, fine. if it comes on the first day of your assessment year, means you were not born on 31st March, you were born on 1st April. So your 60th birthday is coming here, where? On the 1st of April. Means full previous year, you were 59 or 79, same explanation. You became 60 on what date? First day of the assessment year. Previous year over, assessment year started, first day of the assessment year, 1st April of the assessment year is your 60th birthday. Matlab, one thing is for sure, full previous year you were 59. You are still going to be covered in category B and C respectively. Matlab, full previous year you were 59 or 79. 60th or 80th birthday comes when? 1st April of the assessment year. Still you will be considered as senior or super senior respectively. Of course, only if resident. Sir, kya baat kar? No, there is logic in this also. Supposingly you were born on the 1st of the month. So on the 1st April, on 30th April, you have completed your 1 month. 1st May is the beginning of your 2nd month. 31st March is completion of 1 year. 1st April is the beginning of your 2nd year. Arey, we have Marwadi parents, they say no. 35 pura hua, 36 laga. You must have parents in Marathi also saying that. 35 lagla. So basically, which got over and which started? You understand? On 31st March year, 60 complete. On 1st April, that is on your birthday, it is commencement of 61st year. But CBDT considers you as senior citizen the moment you complete 1 day before your birthday. So if your birthday is on 2nd April, that means your 60 is completed on 1st April. Then you will be senior citizen next year. We are keeping this only till the 1st of April. So anybody whose 60th birthday falls during the previous year or also the 1st April of the assessment year, you are still going to be considered as senior or super senior respectively, only if you are a, of course only if you are a resident. This is applicable only for residents. Non-residents will always fall in category A. 100 years also will fall in category A. Is that clear? So ladies and gentlemen, we were actually till now not learning the tax rates applicable. We were understanding who is the assessee covered year. And the important details which generally students miss were: 1. Equal to 60, equal to 80 will make you eligible. 2. Only if you are resident. 3. You can touch, not cross, touch 60 or 80 at any time during the year or also on the 1st April of the assessment year. Now honestly tell me, anybody who was aware of everything till the last thing. But pehle wala you did not know. Equal to wala. Resident wala also you know. And you work in audit. Which firm? अच्छा, दो पार्टनर का सरनेम कर दो तो it becomes a firm. Fantastic. नहीं, don't worry. No धक्का मुक्की. There will be more and more opportunities to. But by the way, are you already convinced कि sir I don't know things? हाँ तो बस ठीक है फिर. That was the target. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, throughout your syllabus, you will be coming across rules, provisions, sections, which till now you were thinking that you know perfectly. But somewhere there is some absence of knowledge. And I wanted to, at least most students are already convinced that they were not aware of one thing or the other, despite the fact that you have cleared CA intermediate and tax calculation in the old regime was always a part of CA intermediate. Come on. You didn't do that, alag baat hai, but it was a part of your syllabus. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, these are the 3 categories in which individuals are divided. Of course, all of us obviously fall in category A. Let us learn category. We'll be learning the tax rates under the categories. So if you see the arrows, category A ka tax rate, B tax rate and C ka tax rate, one by one. Okay, slab rates, huh? You all understood the meaning of slab rate also? Total income will be divided into small parts called slabs, and tax will be levied in part by part, slab by slab. In the first category of individuals, category A, 0 to 59 and non-resident of any age, up to an income of 2,50,000, you don't have to pay any tax. You may also call this your basic exemption limit. No tax up to income level of 2,50,000. And by the way, when we say income level of 2,50,000, we are talking about total income of the year. Income tax is never levied. I hope you are aware of this much. Income tax is never levied on your daily income, weekly income, monthly income. Income tax is levied on your total income from all the sources throughout the year. So we are talking about net taxable total income of 2,50,000. No need to pay any tax. That is called basic exemption. So now, for those who are thinking that, sir, we are individuals, but we are not paying tax. Sir, why? Because CA students and CA faculties, they don't have income. And for having tax, you need to have some income also. And for this reason, you are not paying tax. But it's a matter of few months, believe me. Next few months, and you are going to fall in income tax. In fact, if you are just a first attempt, forget a rank, just a first attempt CA at CA final, you will fall in 30% tax rate from day one. And if you are not falling, that means maybe you are with the wrong people. Then come to me with your resume. My responsibility to make you fall in 30% tax rate. My responsibility. And no 194H, bro. Don't worry. नहीं तो some are like, sir, आपको कितना देना पड़ेगा? नहीं, chill. No 194H. Okay. Don't worry. The companies for which we do recruitment, after 6 months of your service, they pay us. But then that should not be ego issue here, no? नहीं, तेरे को they are not deducting from your salary. They will pay you your salary plus 1 month का bonus they will pay us. And that also after you finish that trial period, probation of 6 months. The problem किधर? Ego है नहीं. I will earn less but not let you earn. I will make you earn more than what you are earning anywhere else. My commitment to you. But provided there is some merit in your resume. And not just resume, when you're sitting in front of that person in the interview, you need to know how to speak. There are people who get all India ranks, single digit ranks. They don't know how to talk. They don't have any knowledge of public speaking. You need to groom your entire personality. Just mugging things from the book is not enough. उसका सेशंस भी कर देता हूँ. उसका एडमिशन इज सेपरेट, नॉट कवर्ड इन द बैच. चल छोड़ो. First 2,50,000, 0% tax. That means no need to pay any tax. But the moment you cross 2,50,000, in the next slab, 2,50,000 to 5 lakh. So what is the income in this slab? 2.5 lakh again. You will be paying tax of 5%. So very quickly, if my income is 4 lakh rupees, will that be 4 lakh into 5%? No. 2.5 into 0 plus 1.5 into 5%. Correct? Next slab. When you cross 5 lakh and go up to 10 lakh, if you realize you have crossed about 80,000 per month. Correct again? So you need to pay decent amount of tax. 20% will be the tax applicable after 5 lakh up to 10 lakh. So supposingly my income, annual income is 8 lakh rupees. Is 20% applicable? Yes. 8 lakh into 20? No. First 250, whether you, me or Mukesh Bhai, assuming Mukesh Bhai is not, Mukesh Bhai, if he falls in category B, which he must be by now, because he is, so then ye assume karke, or if you want category A ka example, then take Akash. Take Anant, no bro, they all fall in 30. You make fun of his size, he makes fun of your bank balance. Simple. You know why I make Mukesh Bhai jokes? As a kid, my mom used to always tell me, never make fun of anyone. Never make fun of anybody's weakness, body, skin, color, etc. Because if you do that, God will make you like that. And since that day, I am making jokes on Mukesh Bhai. And it is an open challenge to God. Make. Karke dikhao. nahi, bro, I don't mind being 200 kgs also if I have the same bank balance. Okay. So 8 lakh into 20, nahi, first 250 for everyone, 0. Next 250, 5%. And the remaining 3 lakhs, no? 8 lakh ke example mein 3 lakh is remaining, 20%. And the moment you cross 10 lakh rupees, anything above 10 lakh till infinity will be taxable at 30%. 10 lakh is a decent amount. And I told you, my commitment is to make you fall in 30%. Very, very easy. If you are a first attempt chartered accountant and you are not getting this much, so you are with the wrong people. You don't want to be in employment, you want to start something of your own. So initially forget about making profits. You will be into losses because you'll start an office, you have to pay rent, electricity, fixed overhead cost, and you may not have any client. Maybe one client who is not giving you enough to recover your fixed overhead cost. But then you have to build. That is called gestation period. It's a simple economics. The period or the time taken to start making profits. वो अलग question. But in employment, day one, I guarantee 30%. CA, bro. This degree is going to make you cry for 5 years. But then, you are going to laugh and laugh for the rest of your life. Believe me. And if you don't believe me, then come and sit with me on a one-to-one healthy discussion. No debate, no fight. And if money is a factor, I will make you fall in 30% day one. Commitment. Moment you cross 10 lakh rupees, you have to pay 30%. But of course, only on the excess. So, let us take an example. If my income, my net taxable total income is 12 lakh rupees. Is 30% applicable on me? Yes. But will your calculation be 12 lakh into 30%? No. First 2 lakh 50, 0. So, 0% of 2 lakh 50, 0. Next amount is 2 lakh 50,000 and rate is, so income will be, tax will be 12,500. Next amount in the bracket is 5 lakh. Rate applicable is, and thus, and now the balance of rupees 2 lakh will be taxable at 30% and accordingly this tax will be 60. Sir, why I am doing these numbers? Because now you all are CA finalists. In fact, even at intermediate level, in the first question itself, I make them change the strategy. And do you realize only this part is that part which will undergo change on the basis of what is this? If it is 12 lakh, then 2 lakh into 30, 15 lakh, so 5 lakh into 30, 1 crore hai, to 90 lakh into 30, excess over 10 lakh, this amount can change. But whatever be this amount, this will always remain fixed. At income level of 10 lakh, your tax will be 1 lakh 12,500 fixed. And then over and above 10 lakh, whatever you have on that excess, you can apply 30%. Which simply means that after today, whenever you solve a question here, your style will be, you have to grow up, bro. Take your net taxable total income on your calculator. Kya bola, bro? Take your net taxable total income on your, take your net taxable total income on your calculator. Imagine करने के लिए I am not saying, I am asking you to take that amount on your calculator. In our example, how much is the net taxable total income? 12 lakh. So kindly take that 12 lakh on your calculator. From that amount, subtract rupees 10 lakh. So your calculator now gives you in words the amount in excess of 10 lakh. 2 lakh is the example. On that amount, you will apply 30%. And on this amount, you will add the fixed tax at 10 lakh level, 1 lakh 12,500 to give you the shortcut of tax calculation. And this is not a shortcut. CA exams ka suggested answers are showing tax calculation like this. 2 lakh into 30% plus 1 lakh 12,500. Excess over 10 lakh ka 30% plus 1 lakh 12,500. What is the fixed tax at 10 lakh level? 1,12,500, just simply add 30% on the excess. Is that understood? This is how you will be solving all questions in future and presenting in the exam also, because institute also gives suggested answer in the same presentation. Ye clear hai? That is tax of the first category, category A, individuals of the age 0 to 59 and non-residents of any age. Now, let us talk about category B. Sir, what is category B? Senior citizen? Resident senior citizen. 60 years equal to also covered, and this 60 you can touch at any time during the year or first day of the assessment year. They are senior, no? So we need to give them respect. Full ijjat. You all don't know the meme full ijjat? Google. Did you Google Rati Shankar Shukla in the last class? Bro, come on. Google full ijjat. Chal chodo. Out of respect, we increase their basic exemption limit to 3 lakh rupees. You and me will start paying tax after income level of 2 lakh 50, but they will not pay tax for another 50,000. And therefore, their basic exemption is rupees 3 lakh. For senior citizen, no tax up to income level of 3 lakh. But the story after this remains same. So between 3 lakh and 5 lakh, they also have to pay, or you may say up to 5 lakh, they also have to pay 5%. Same hai. 5 lakh to 10 lakh, they also have 20%. And anything in excess of 10 lakh, they also have to pay 30%. Hereafter the story is same. So the difference is only 50,000 rupees. Sir, if I have to give you the logic is what? Out of 5 lakh, in this category it is 250 and 250. But in this category it is 3 lakh and 2 lakh. So 50,000 between 250 and 3 lakh, here goes in 5%. But that 50,000 here goes in 0%. That means you are saving that 5% of 50,000. And what is 5% of 50,000? 2,500 rupees. Ladies and gentlemen, the difference between this category and this category will be that 50,000 ka 5%, 2,500. If you have senior citizens at home, your parents must not be senior citizens, because my mother is yet to turn, she will turn 60 this year. So I don't think your parents will. But if you have grandparents at home, senior citizens, and I assume they are residents, so you go and tell them that income tax has got extra respect for you. And then they will ask, how much respect? Well, what is the value of that respect? 2,500 rupees. Don't actually do that, huh? They will hit you. 2,500 rupees is the monetary value of a senior citizen's respect in our country. And let's prove it with the same numbers. Let us again example same amount, so that we are convinced that the difference is exact. 2,500. So first, tell me the amount, the rate, and the tax. First, how much? 3 lakh. 0%. So nil. Next, come on. 2 lakh. 5%. Bro, here is where the difference lies. So here this amount was 12,500, and same amount here has become 10,000, which is the difference of 2,500, because this amount still remains same, 1 lakh, and this, because I have taken the same example, will remain 60,000, making the total here 1,70,000. And what was the answer here? Let us write that answer also, so that we can compare. 1,72,500, and here that answer is coming to 1,70,000. Clearly difference of 2,500, that is 50,000 ka 5%. But then, ladies and gentlemen, you will not be solving questions like this. Not expected even from interest. You only tell me this time, if you are understanding what I taught you as a shortcut here, how are you going to be solving this? Come on, take your net taxable total income, then do what? Subtract 10 lakh. So you get excess over 10 lakh. On that excess you apply 30%, and this amount ke andar you will be adding. Last time you added 1,12,500, but this time the fixed tax is, and thus the difference of 2,500. NTTI minus 10 lakh into 30% plus category A 1,12,500, category B 1,10,000 is how you will be solving even the first question. You don't have to do it from the second question. First question also will be solved in the same manner. ये clear है? चलो, fantastic. And this brings us to the third category, super senior citizen. Little older in terms of age, more respect. And out of respect, ladies and gentlemen, for the first 5 lakh rupees, there will be no tax. Basic exemption limit of super senior citizen is 5 lakh rupees. That means at this level, the level up to which other people are paying tax at 5%, they are not required to pay any tax at all. Up to 5 lakh rupees. But after 5 lakh, when they start paying tax, they will start paying tax like anybody else. 5 lakh to 10 lakh applicable tax will be 20%. So note one thing where you can go wrong. If you develop the habit of singing a song 0, 5, 20, 30, 0, 5, 20, 30, 0, 5, 20, 30, it will work in category A and B. But the moment you come to category C, it is not 0, 5, 20, 30. It is only 0, 20 and 30. After 10 lakh, again same 30%. Now some people say, sir, this is unfair. Non-senior citizens are getting 5%. Senior citizens are not getting 5%, directly 20%. Arey bro, where other people are paying tax at 5%, senior citizens are not paying tax at all. Can you observe that? In fact, that tax of 5% is the difference between the other two categories and super senior citizens. What was this category's tax at 5%? 12,500, and this category, which already reflected the difference of 2,500, is the tax that won't come. So compared to this category, we have a reduction of 12,500. Compared to this category, we have a reduction of 10,000. And between these two, we already know there is a gap of 2,500. And let us see with numbers using our same example so that we can compare. Example, net taxable total income. One more time. 12 lakh rupees. Correct? Hai? So first, amount, rate and tax. All the three figures, please. Come on. 5 lakh into 0. So tax 0. Next. 5 lakh into 20. So 1 lakh and balance 60. 2 lakh into. So that's giving you total of 160. So do you understand? When you get 160 here compared to the first category, the difference is 12,500, and compared to the second category, the difference is, so you have a difference of 2,500 here, you have a difference of 10,000 here, and the total difference is 12,500. At income level of 10 lakh, they will be having fixed tax of 1 lakh rupees. And after today, if you have really understood the calculation, after today, how are you going to be solving tax for super senior citizens? Please, you have to participate and answer this. NTTI minus 10 lakh into 30%. Correct hai? Plus 1 lakh. And effectively your tax calculation for all the three categories will be NTTI minus 10 lakh into 30%, the fixed part, plus for category A 1 lakh 12,500, for category B 1 lakh 10,000, and for category C 1 lakh. That's the difference in tax in category A, B and C. Unnecessary complication only for 12,500 or 2,500. Unnecessary complication. But yes, it is, and you have to learn this. Are you clear about tax calculation of the first three categories under individuals. And one more time, NTTI minus 10 lakh into 30% plus category A 1 lakh 12,500, category B 1 lakh 10,000, and category C 1 lakh. This is how your tax is going to be calculated. Is that clear? But I have bad news. Two bad news. First, the above tax slabs that we have applied on individuals will not be always applicable. Even under the old regime, I am now not talking about the new regime at all. Certain incomes are going to be taxable at special rates. The NTTI figure that we have taken in our example 12 lakh, it is assumed that they are all normal incomes. There are some incomes which are known as special incomes. I'll give you some examples. Later in our syllabus, we will be learning all of this. Supposingly, you have earned income in a section called 111A. This is short-term capital gain if you have earned on stock market trading. Supposingly, you have earned income under 112A. This is long-term capital gain earned on stock market. Supposingly, you have earned income under 112. This is all other long-term capital gain, because long-term capital gain does not just come on stock market. For land, building, gold, jewelry, there is capital gain on everything. For long-term capital gains, we have special rate. Short-term, we have normal rate. Short-term will always come here. But there is only one short-term which comes in special rate. And that is stock market. Only stock market is special. Otherwise, short-term is always normal. But long-term is always special. Stock market or non-stock market. Or one last example. And by the way, later in our syllabus, we have to learn all these sections. There is section 115BB. Casual winnings. Winning from lottery, crossword puzzle, card game. No effort involved. No hard work involved. Only luck involved. Income का तरीका थोड़ा casual है. Casual? Do you really call yourself Gen Z? Lol. You have to prove, huh? 30% tax. You must be aware. Achha, by the way, as far as these rates are concerned, I purposely took this example because I can safely tell you 30%. As far as these rates are concerned, your life is going to be chaotic, I am telling you. Because this was 15, as per amendment it is now 20. This was 10 after 1 lakh, now it is 12.5 after 1 lakh, 25,000. This was two options, 20% with indexation, 10% without indexation. Now there is no indexation and there is again 12.5% tax here. Sir, ठीक है, all these are amendments. See, if we are doing our batch, waiting for the amendments, and it is a commitment of the faculty in the very first lecture itself that every amendment applicable for May 25 and November 25 is going to be covered and same hai. So obviously amendment will be covered. But bad news kya hai? That the amendments are applicable from 23rd July. Matlab transfer up to 22nd July, then old law applicable, and transfer from 23rd July to new law. We never say sale of capital asset. Sale is incorrect. We say transfer of capital asset. So old law, new law. Let's see what institute does. But anybody giving exam in May 25, November 25, poor inter kids, they have September 25 and Jan 26 also. And expecting inter kids to tackle all this, bro, that is why they focus on IDT. Bola chal chhod. DT is normal loss for them. Let's talk about casual winnings, because thankfully there is no. This whole part is known as Chapter 12 of Income Tax Law. Chapter 12. Special rates of tax. You know, income tax law is divided in sections, of course, like any other law. But income tax law is also divided into chapters. Like chapter 1 is basic concepts. Definition of person, previous year assessment year. Chapter 2 is residential status. Chapter 3 is exempt income, incomes not forming a part of total. You have any idea what is chapter 4 of income tax? Any idea? Blind guess? No. Chapter 4, acha, hint is too obvious. Chapter 4 has got 5 subparts, 4A, 4B, 4C, 4D, 4E. Chapter 4 is heads of income. Too obvious. The only chapter that you are aware of is 6A. बोला bro बस इतना आता है. So basically what they have done is related sections have been kept in one part and made a chapter out of it. Later we have chapter 17, recovery of taxes, in which we have 17A, 17B, like TDS, TCS, advanced tax. There is chapter 14, assessment procedure, all sections of assessment procedure in chapter 14. So in between there is a chapter 12 which has given special rates of tax. Chapter 12 starts at section 110 and goes up to section 115 BBJ. By the way, I have given you some examples which are familiar. But one thing do you observe in these sections that I have written, they all are in this range. Check kar. All these sections that I have given as example fall in the range. That is chapter 12, special rates of tax. Certain incomes will not be taxable at the slabs that are taught to you above. They will be taxable at special rate. Casual winning, for example, lottery crossword puzzle will be taxable at a special rate of 30%. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot be directly applying these slabs on your income. I told you bad news. You have to work a little extra. What you will have to do is take your net taxable total income. See, net taxable total income will cover everything, normal income, special income, all incomes, and segregate it into normal income and special income. Only the normal income will be taxable at the rates that are taught to you above. The special income, for example, casual winning, will be taxable at special rates, and the total of these two will become your tax. So you cannot be always applying slabs directly. You have to segregate. You have to check if your income contains any income taxable at special rate, and special income separately will be covered under special rate. For example, in my 12 lakhs, 12 lakh example we had now. In this 12 lakh example, if 5 lakh was lottery winnings, then that 5 lakh will be separate at 30%, and only 7 lakh will come here for levy of tax. Did you understand this? So, once we learn special rates of tax, you will have to do this segregation obviously in all the questions that we are solving. But that will be taking place. Now you all have received all the PDF till chapter 16. 16 chapters का PDF, 5 chapters का है. I have, whoever is in my messaging list, no, I have sent first 16 chapters PDF as मतलब theory as well as question answer का PDF. 5 आया है. The 5th chapter only is special rates of tax. Go check that. Up, not now. क्या trust issues है bro? I am saying 5th chapter is special rates of tax. They want to check right now. No, 5th chapter is special rates of tax. Everything will be covered. Don't worry, everything will be covered. Is that clear to you? But do you understand that special incomes we have to segregate and tax them at special rate? ये clear है, everyone? One more, I told you. The 2 bad news are. One more bad news. Second bad news is going to continue individual ka tax rates for the next 1 hour, maybe more than that, because the above tax that you have calculated, and in that I am covering the normal as well as the special. See, if all incomes are normal incomes, then we directly apply these slabs, and if there are some special incomes, so this is how we calculate, and we will get this tax. Normal plus special is total. Bro, bad news है that this tax is only your, the name of this tax is basic tax. This, ladies and gentlemen, is not your final tax liability that you have to pay to the government. This is not your final tax. This is going to undergo some changes. Whatever tax you calculate, whether normal rate or special rate, will undergo changes. So just imagine if I tell you, let's take this 170 to 500 for example. All normal incomes and individual of category A. Have we calculated tax of 170 to 500? This is not final, it will undergo changes. So do you have the brain to understand as a tax teacher or as a qualified chartered accountant? Imagine your client coming to you for tax calculation, you telling your client 170 to 500 and then saying, nahin, but this will change. The client will change karke bolna. If it will change, then tell me what is the change. You need to know that change, and there are three concepts that will change your tax. We have to go and learn those three concepts, ladies and gentlemen, one by one. Three concepts have got the power, the potential to change your tax. One by one, we will have to learn the three concepts. You can give any heading. You can give the heading points to be noted. Thank you. You can give the heading points to be noted. You can give the heading points. You can give the heading concepts. Give whatever heading. You need to learn three concepts. Only when you learn three concepts, you can actually say that you have learned the tax calculation of individuals. Because whatever tax you have calculated above is only your basic tax. Normal or special, it is only your basic tax. So one by one, we have to learn three concepts. Concept number one. And numbering also, you call them ABC or 1, 2, 3 does not make a difference. First concept, the concept of rebate under section 87A of the Income Tax Act. So yes, tax rates are not given in the Act, but rebate is given in the Act. This is section 87A of the Income Tax Act itself. Rebate under section 87A. Whenever you see such garib, bhikari words like rebate, bhikari, beggar words, rebate, relief, reduction, credit, it means there will be a reduction in your mistakes lie everywhere. Some people calculate rebate and then subtract it from. I'll tell you. Or let me be specific. They subtract it from income. Disaster. Exemption is something that will be reduced from your income. Deduction is something that will be reduced from your income. Between exemption and deduction also there is a difference. Exemption we never write in the outer column. And deduction we first include then subtract. Somewhere later in your syllabus I'll clarify that to you as well. But exemptions and deductions reduce your taxable income. Rebate will be subtracted not from your tax, not from your income, but from your tax. Rebate will be subtracted from your tax. That means in the examples above, we are not going to subtract rebate from 12 lakh. Hello. We will subtract rebate from these amounts 170 to 500, 170, 160. Rebate will be subtracted from your tax. So listen, me CA, you client. Me CA, you client. Hi client. Say hi CA loudly. Hi client. I have calculated your tax, but it will be reduced because there is a concept called rebate. So start dancing. Toba, toba, toba. And while dancing, you should ask me two questions. As a CA, if I tell my client that your tax is going to be reduced, ask me those two questions. Come on, you need to have the common sense. How much? Quantum of reduction. That's the second question. First question here. Come on. How? How to see? Vanshika, how कैसे होएगा? Minus करते हैं. How means no, or maybe you are not able to frame it. I know you are thinking correct, but you are not typing correct. Oh, short में she wanted to type. नहीं. Who is eligible? Well, I know she meant that only. Don't get offended, please. Okay. I have got no problem if you make fun of me also in the class. Make it, but make it on my face. If you have the guts to do so. Not behind my back. Only the weak speak behind other people's back. I have got absolutely no problem, I'm telling you. As long as you are enjoying the class and you are participative, make fun of me. Be disciplined. Make fun of me. No problem. Get the bloody marks and make fun of me. No problem. Someone like, ruk, ek minute, mere ko kuch bolna hai. I'll give you a chance. Don't worry. She meant to say the correct thing. How? Matlab, what will make me eligible? Someone else type the full thing. Who is eligible for it? Or let me speak in short. What are the conditions? See, everyone is not eligible for rebate. If everyone was eligible for rebate, then we would have made some adjustment here itself. Who will be eligible for rebate? There are three conditions, and then of course quantum of rebate can be discussed only for someone who has fulfilled the conditions. So first we will try and understand who is going to be eligible for that rebate. Three conditions. Cumulative conditions. That means you have to fulfill all the three. Condition 1. You have to be a resident. Rebate will be available only to resident. That means non-resident will not get higher basic exemption also. Senior citizen. And non-resident will also not be eligible for rebate. Only for resident. Plus means and means cumulative condition. Do you understand this? Plus sign and hai, cumulative hai. You have to be individual, which means companies, firms, HUF, AOP not eligible for rebate. Rebate is allowed only to residents, only to individuals, and only if your eyes open, clearly open, your net taxable total income means, listen, we reduce from tax, but check the income. Check the income minus from tax. If your net taxable total income is, if you learn the wrong things from the first day, the somewhere in your subconscious mind you store wrong things and end up doing something wrong in your exam. I'll tell you the mistakes that people make. They store in their brain income less than 5 lakh, income less than 5 lakh, income less than 5 lakh to rebate. Day one say this is stored in your brain. Income 5 lakh thi ochi hoye ne ochi. Income 5 lakh se kam hoega na 5 lakh se kam hoega na 5 lakh. Nonsense. At 4 lakh you will get rebate, at 6 lakh you will not get rebate. But your exam question will come on 5 lakh. And those who have developed this habit of saying less than 5 lakh, less than 5 lakh will go wrong. It is not less than 5 lakh. The word written in the law is not exceeding 5 lakh. Not exceeding matlab less than 5 lakh. And if you don't want to use complicated barrack language, see, barrack language will be discussed wherever required. My job is also to make this law simple for you. Simple and less than or equal to 5 lakh. Up to 5 lakh. Easy as just less than or equal to 5 lakh. So an exact 5 lakh also you are going to be eligible. Net taxable total income up to rupees 5 lakh. Means check the income but reduce from tax. So 3 conditions to become eligible for rebate. 1, 2, 3 start. Resident, individual, income up to, bolo. Resident, once I fulfill the 3 conditions, I am eligible for rebate. Now comes my second question. What will be the quantum of rebate? How much rebate will I get? How much rebate? Your rebate is going to be your actual tax. See, first you calculate tax on that income up to 5 lakh on the basis of the rate stock to you above. Calculate that tax or rupees 12,500, whichever is lower. So if your actual tax is 10,000, you can't take rebate of 12,500 and tell the officer, to them 2,500. Refund them. Nini, at best you don't pay anything. And if your tax is say 15,000, so your rebate will be 12,500. Actual tax or 12,500, whichever is lower. So 3 conditions to become eligible for rebate. Kya sir? Oh, dead bodies. In my lecture, you have to come to life. You have to come to life. So you have to speak so that the effort taken after going home is substantially reduced. Try to learn things in class itself. Remember that attending live, online or offline, but learning with me when I am interacting with you is the best way of learning. Recorded lecture mein you have to watch, you have to then revise, you have to do everything. You will not get my participation. So please participate so that you are able to learn in class itself. 3 conditions to be eligible for rebate: resident, individual, income up to, and once fulfilled, so actual tax or 12,500, whichever is lower. Is that understood, everyone? So let us see how the calculation works. Some examples. There were 3 people for whom we have calculated tax above. Can you see them? 170 to 500, 170, 160. Let us assume they are resident individuals. Of course, in category B and C, so they have to be resident individuals. Are they resident and individual? And can you see amount is up to 5 lakh and therefore rebate up to 5 lakh hai na? So therefore rebate. Bro, you minus from tax, but don't check the tax. Check what? Bro, 12 lakh. Check income and reduce from tax. So let's be clear. A, B, C above, there will be no rebate. If there was rebate, we would have subtracted, yes, I agree, from this amount, 170 to 500, 170, 160. But for that, we have to check the income, and their income is more than 5 lakh. 12 lakh rupees, hai na? So they are disqualified. Chalo, fantastic. Supposingly, there is a person, Mr. A, whose net taxable total income is rupees 4 lakh. Individual hai. Now this time it is income 4 lakh. Non-resident. Why? Individual income hai. But 2 out of 3 conditions are fulfilled, 67%. All conditions have to be fulfilled. Even if one condition is dissatisfied, no rebate. Samjha kya? All conditions have to be fulfilled. Chal, theek hai. One more. NTTI 4 lakh. Resident. NTTI 4 lakh. Resident. XHUF. This time resident hai. No rebate. Why? Because rebate is only for. So see, if you know the conditions, you know all the answers. Learn the law properly, you will get all your answers. But supposingly you, for finishing your syllabus early, jaldi karo na, jaldi karo. Don't take 3 months. If you tell me I can finish your syllabus in 1.5 months, if syllabus completion is the only target, and we don't have to go into the details of everything. But of course, none of us want it that way. Every condition you should be aware of, and the moment you are aware of all the 3 conditions, you are giving me the right answers. No. Chalo, next. Let me take my example. So Mr. S, and we will be doing tax calculation, so I have to give you age also. You think I have ever gone abroad? lol. But in any case, if you spend 182 days in India, so hey, 35. I have written 35 years. He's typing 36. Bro, you know my date of birth. Listen, beta December में होगा. So till the time it is not 36, it is still 35. नहीं वो 22 plus 14 years teaching experience है, but I started teaching early. 21 plus 14 कितने बस. Let's not get into the detail. 35 or 36 Slab rate applicable is same. Point पे. Okay. So 35 years. I have been abroad. I have a rich father-in-law. Extremely rich father-in-law. But then 182 days you spend in India, so you become resident. So yes, I am resident. And of course, by looking at my eyeballs, you've already guessed my income. I am below basic exemption limit. But because this is an example, so let me take net taxable total income of 4 lakh. Now my question is, am I eligible for rebate? Yes, because resident, individual, income up to 5 lakh. I am eligible, but we can't calculate rebate directly. For that, we have to first do what, bro? First, we have to calculate the basic tax. So let's calculate the basic tax at 4 lakh, and that's why I gave you the age. Oh, don't look at me. I know I'm handsome. Solve. How can you come to a tax class without calculators? All those solving on mobile phone, throw your mobile phone in the dustbin in the next class. I'm telling you. In your examination hall, you have to sit with a calculator. You need to develop that practice of keying the correct buttons. You press wrong button, vote will go to BJP. You have to practice pressing or hitting the correct buttons in your exam. And you carry extra calculator in exam or no? I used to carry 3 calculators to exam. Even in audit and law paper I did. Risk. Babu Bhaiya fan. Risks nahi. Babu Bhaiya. And I know how to pronounce risk. But it's risks. Calculator kidhar hai? I will throw your mobile phones in the dustbin. I need to see your calculators. Karo. Basic tax. How much? First 250 nothing and 150 ka 5%. 7,500. We have already discussed assessee is eligible for rebate. How much rebate? Now see, from this we can't give 12,500. Well, officer, you give me 5,000. Bro, obviously the rebate under section 87A here is going to be 7,500, making it 0. Is that understood? Chal one more. Same data about the assessee. So Mr. S, resident. But NTTI may little change is taking place. You know, once you realize that despite working so hard, getting up at 4:30 every day, I am having such low income, below basic exemption, you start giving me blessings. Because at your professional career ka age, you can only give me blessings. Whereas I can give you the QR code for future also. You can, out of love and affection, I will never say no. But right now you can only give blessings. So with your blessings, I change from 4 lakh to 5 lakh. Bro, don't go by the amount. Sir, only 1 lakh ka growth with our blessings. 25%. Think positive. So my income is now 5 lakh rupees. This time we will calculate basic tax on. Karo? 12,500. Is correct hai? Everyone? Fantastic. Am I eligible for it? Resident, individual. But income is already 5 lakhs. So this is where your knowledge will help you that equal to is also allowed and therefore eligible. And how much rebate? Actual tax, which is also 12,500. Come on. So correct hai? Everyone? Fantastic. At this stage, if you are a good student, then you should definitely ask a question. And the question is, sir, 5 lakh is the eligibility criteria. At 5 lakh, the highest possible tax is 12,500. Category B and C will be the lower. C is to 0 only. B is only 10. A is highest, 12,500. At 5 lakh and 1 rupee, I am disqualified. At exact 5 lakh highest taxes. Then what's the point of giving this? Just say actual tax, because actual tax is going to be up to 12,500 only. At least a good student should have that question. The thing is that, are you a good student? You don't have that question. Now that I have brought that question, you understand. Sir, क्या time pass कर रहा है? You directly say actual tax, no. नहीं sir, नहीं. Supposingly, Mr. S, resident, age 35 years, entity I का some data I am giving you. Okay. So say I have profits and gains of business or profession, 3 lakh rupees. And I have got long-term capital gains, non-stock market, normal. So let me say 112. Stock market is 112A. Non-stock market is like, land, building, gold, 2 lakh rupees. What is my net taxable total income? Yes, I am eligible for rebate even now. Yeah, obviously I am. Bro, but for that I need to calculate tax first. This time I can't calculate tax on 5 lakh at slab. What will I do? I will segregate. So on long-term capital gain, there will be special rate of tax. And here I will write other income. See, you can have one income, PGBP, or you can have salary, house, property, PGBP. One income or multiple income. Normal income you write as other. Everything covered. So this 3 lakh will be taxed at slabs. Come on. This 3 lakh will be taxed at slabs. So karo 2000. And this long-term capital gain will be taxable under section 112. And now your life is real. मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ कि you may give a thought of giving May 26. बोला life will be much smoother. But I'll tell you what, 25 का budget also auntie is only going to bring. So don't have too many expectations. I have to given up in life. Okay? बोला देखा जाएगा. To hell with everything in life. One day we all have to die. Except Ashwathama. So long-term capital gain का twist is this, that till 22nd July, 20% is applicable. And if the asset is transferred from 23rd of July, so 12.5% is applicable. Let us take the new wala rate. So let us apply 2 lakh पे 12.5%. So how much do you get here? 25. So bro, this time your basic taxes. Are you eligible for rebate? Resident, individual, income, exact 5 lakh also covered? No. So how much rebate this time? 12,500. Understood? So there can be a situation where your income is 5 lakh. Exact 5 lakh. But your tax is exceeding 12,500 because of special rate. Because of normal rate, it can never be a case. But because of special rate, yes, it is possible. But everything is in the law. So at the end of the day, all this example wala part is only a discussion in class. What do you have to take home from here? 3 conditions. What are the 3 conditions for rebate? Resident, individual, income up to 5 lakh. And what is the quantum of rebate? Actual tax or 12,500, whichever is lower. If you do that much, you're done. Sorted. But is this part clear? That was the first concept in tax calculation after your basic tax. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are still in the old regime, in the first assessing individual, and that is also not yet over. Tax rates will take total 3 lectures. I am informing you in advance. And for those who are thinking, acha, 3 lecture, tax rates is too easy, bro. So, okay, see you in the 4th lecture. New taxation regime also will be covered and completed, including all assesses, including company assesses. Ka new regime, cooperative societies ka new regime. Everything is going to be covered in these 3 lectures. If you have the PDF, then do one thing, introduction, which is the first chapter, uska theory ka PDF you just check. So you'll come to know what is the coverage of the first chapter itself. Every chapter you will require knowledge of this chapter. I hope you are clear on this. Okay, chalo. That was our first concept. Point to be noted, my first concept was rebate under section 87A. Rebate is for poor people. At 5 lakh, we will reduce your tax by 12,500. Let's go to the second concept. The concept called surcharge. Already we observe one feature of tax rate. Any issue? No. Already we observe one feature of tax rates. Poor people will pay low tax, rich will pay higher. And that's a fundamental principle of the Constitution. Constitution of India says take tax from people on the basis of paying capacity. So as your income increases, we are also increasing the rate. We further enhance that concept by giving rebate to low income earning people. When you are a high income earning person, are you already paying higher rate of basic tax, 30%? Plus you will have to pay extra tax if you are super rich. An increase in tax for extremely high income earning taxpayers. Of course, there is definition of what is super rich. Of course, there is definition. We will discuss that. But understand, when your income is up to 5 lakh, that is lower level, basic tax is already low, and we further give you rebate. And when your income is at the higher levels, basic is also high, plus there will be extra tax, and that extra tax is called surcharge. Surcharge is going to be an increase in your tax. So how do we calculate tax? From our basic tax, for low income earning people, we reduce rebate, and for high income earning people, we increase surcharge. Low income earning people ka definition is clear. Resident, individual, income up to 5 lakh, actual tax on 12,500. Now let's see, what do you mean by high income earning people? If your net taxable total income exceeds rupees 50 lakhs, of course, after 10 lakh, you are already in 30% basic tax, plus you will have to pay additional tax in the form of surcharge at 10%. Anybody crossing income threshold of 50 lakh will have an increase in tax in the name of surcharge at a rate of 10%. Not just that, if you cross 1 crore, so we will levy surcharge of 15%. If you cross 2 crore, so we will levy surcharge of 25%. And if you cross 5 crore, net taxable total, we wonder how many individuals in the country will be having. See, if somebody is earning 5 crore, they will generally incorporate a company or LLP and earn in the name of that company or LLP. An individual crossing, big company ka some big executive director or some big director ka post in some multinational company where you are getting take home salary of crores of rupees. By the way, most of them are chartered accountants. Okay, you can go and observe that. I am not doing any marketing, you are already in CA final. There is no better course in commerce. Let's have a discussion after class, of course. You are also free only. General observation. Class may, if I take 10 minutes extra, no, sir, office. But if once class is declared, okay, end of the lecture, here you sit and chit chat for an hour, you are not getting late for office. You eat all your, breakfast, lunch, everything together. You are not getting late. Some people wait outside the building main gate and do chit chatting part over there, then you are not getting late. 10-minute extra duration of the class, you will get late. Hai na? I know you are thinking, kitna panchayat hai? How much general observation. You don't walk with your eyes closed. My eyes are open, I can observe things. So bro, very rare occasion that an individual will be crossing 5 crore rupees. But if you do, 37% surcharge will be applicable. So after 50 lakhs, 10% after 1 crore, 15 after 2 crore, 25 after 5 crore, 37% surcharge will be applicable. Ye theek hai? But now this is rough knowledge. And we have to go into the detailing part of it. Just like we did, definition of individual may be equal to 60-80, resident, 1st April of the assessment year, anytime during the previous year, we have to go into the detailing. We will do that as comparison with rebate. Rebate ka 3 conditions. Let's discuss them one by one. First condition, resident. Now observe, what does direct tax expect from you? Understand what is written and also interpret what is not written. So if nothing is mentioned, then do you observe carefully whether you are resident or means for rebate you have to be resident, but surcharge is applicable to resident as well as rebate is only for surcharge is for everyone. Do you observe this? Second condition, individual. Now we are learning tax rates of individual, so obviously this is surcharge of individual. As we move towards different assesses, bro, short term memory loss. This is one individual. Soon we will go to 2 HUF company. The other assesses also have surcharge. So surcharge is applicable to everyone, but there will be some changes in rates. For example, we have surcharge after 50 lakhs, but companies and firms have surcharge directly after 1 crore. So for a partnership firm or LLP or a domestic company or a foreign company, till 1 crore there is no surcharge, but there is surcharge after 1 crore. So there is surcharge for all assessees, though rates are different. Rebate is only for individual, surcharge is for all assessees, but here I have given you rates of individual because till now we are in individual. So condition 1 of rebate, first condition, resident, surcharge is for all. Condition 2 of rebate, individual, surcharge is for everyone, but here I am teaching you rates only of individual. Third condition, income up to rupees 5 lakhs. See, that was never going to be same. Obviously, because the whole concept is, the logic is that rebate is for low income earning people, surcharge is for high income. So that amount could have never been same, that 5 lakh there and 5 lakh there. It had to be different. So there it is 5 lakh. Here it is 50 lakh. That is obviously a difference. You have to identify another difference if you are actually paying attention to this. Please identify. Nini, difference in comparison. 10% I will teach you. Of what I will teach you? Sorry. At exact 5 lakhs, will there be rebate? Yes. But at exact 50 lakh, no surcharge. This is greater than 50 lakhs. So at exact 50 lakh, no surcharge. At exact 1 crore, yes, surcharge. Because check on your calculator, 1 crore is greater than 50 lakhs. It won't increase, but the previous level is applicable, no? One more attempt. So, at exact 2 crore, yes, surcharge. Which one? And at exact 5 crore, 25%. Of what I will discuss, bro. But first be clear. When will what apply? Or what will apply when? Be clear about that. Clear hai? Means equal to will never enhance your surcharge. Greater than will. But equal to will bring rebate. So let's compare the condition part. Then quantum part we will discuss, because that was in rupees. This is in percentage. We'll discuss that. But finish the conditions part. Surcharge is for high income earning people. Now we know the definition also. Correct? Hai? Compare. Condition 1 of rebate. So this is like revision of rebate also. Condition 1. But this is for everyone. Second condition. But this is again for everyone. Rates I am teaching you only of individual right. Condition 3. Equal to 5 lakh. 5 lakh or less. But here greater than 50 lakh. So you can say 0 to 5 lakh rebate. 5 lakh and 1 rupee to 50 lakhs. Exact 50 lakhs. No rebate, no surcharge. Basic tax only is your answer. And greater than 50 lakhs, the surcharge will apply. You understood? And now let's talk about the quantum. What is the quantum of rebate? Actual tax or 12,500, whichever is lower, it is given in rupees. Correct? It is given in rupees, so you have to learn that amount. But surcharge is given in percentage. I have to apply 10, 15, 25 or 37. And this is not slab rate. That it will apply on the increased part or the incremental part. No, sir. There will be only one surcharge. Only one. See, if my income is 40 lakhs, 0 is the only surcharge. 80 lakhs, only 10%. 1.5 crore, only 15. 2.5 crore, only 25. 5.5 crore, only 37. At one time, only one surcharge will come. This is not slab. But that 10, 15, 25, 37, as the case may be, will come on what? A question hai. Half knowledge is worse than no knowledge. Let me only discuss with the help of an example. Supposingly the net taxable total income of an assessee is 1.5 crore. This guy is an individual. Now see, for rebate, no, we need to see resident, non-resident, etc. Surcharge, all that is irrelevant. Once your net taxable total income is 1.5 crore, your first step is going to be calculation of basic tax. When nothing is given, you have to assume category A. See, B and C, it can be only if they specifically mention. Otherwise, it will be category A. So, calculate the basic tax, please. I also want to know how you are doing it. Are you doing it like 250? No? So how did you do it? 1.5 crore minus 10 lakh. That is 1 crore 40 lakh. 30%. 42 lakhs plus 1 lakh 12,500. 43 lakh. This is that stage where you take a pause and think. Here you ask yourself a question. I'll tell you the question. Rebate, surcharge, none of them. You know, before doing basic tax, you don't even discuss that. Rebate also you discuss after doing basic tax, because if you observe, here also, first we do this, then we subtract rebate. No, first calculate basic tax, then ask yourself, rebate, surcharge or none of them. Bro, both of them can't be in the options. Can't even be an option. Because rebate and surcharge are mutually exclusive events. अच्छा, probability option में छोड़ता SP, non-maths. Rebate and surcharge are cases, sir, because rebate requires income up to 5 lakh and surcharge greater than 50 lakh. There is no amount which is less than 5 lakh and more than 50 lakh. Mutually exclusive, cannot coexist. So what are my three options? Rebate, surcharge or none of them. This case is which case? Surcharge. Chalo, that is clear. And let's be clear about that also. Only one rate will apply at a time. You look at this. So what will apply? 15%. It can't be like first 50 lakh ka 0% and then 10 and then 15. Only one rate, 15. The question is, on what? Now mistakes, you know, various mistakes people make. Some people do it on 1.5 crore. Bola sir, tax to income pe lagta hai. Some people say, nahi sir, only on the extra 50 lakh because of that it is becoming 15%. I don't know whatever mistakes you have made in your life in the past mistakes, you cannot do anything about that. No mistake in the future, please. Surcharge will always be calculated as a percentage of your basic tax, which means in our example, this 15% will be calculated on 43 lakh 12,500. This will be calculated on 43 lakh 12,500. Is that understood? So let's be clear. Clear hai? Let's be clear about rebate and surcharge in comparison. Rebate ka 3 conditions. Resident, but then in surcharge it can be anyone. Rebate ke liye individual, surcharge is for everyone, but we have still studied only individual rates. Rebate is 0 to 5 lakh and surcharge is greater than 50 lakhs. So amount had to be different, but that equal to ka difference also you have to understand. And then finally, rebate is actual tax or 12,500, whichever is lower, and surcharge is 10, 15, 25 or 37% of your basic tax, and the increase in surcharge will take place only and only when it is becoming greater. At equal to, it is not going to take place. ये clear है? Everyone. Bad news. Bad news. Surcharge is still not over. Under surcharge, now we have two more concepts to be studied. Under old regime, individual. Under individual, normal tax, special tax. But that is basic tax. Then we have concepts, rebate, surcharge. One more concept is there. Huh? Total three. Hai. First was rebate, A. Second is surcharge, B. C is still left, but we are not starting C. Because what if I tell you, B is not yet over. Surcharge requires you to learn two more things. But what is there is there. You can't do anything about it. I know you are thinking, sir, only old regime ka individual is taking so much time. So when will this get over? First week of December. By that time, everything will get over. That much patience is required. And CA students, in any case, once your articleship starts, patience is, a very important thing in life, because without that you cannot survive. And you have reached all the way here means you have quite a bit of patience in your life. So bas wohi chahiye. Okay. Surcharge is still not over, and we have to go into the detailing of surcharge. There are two things under surcharge. So heading is surcharge, but subheading here, there is a concept called marginal relief. A lot of practicing chartered accountants are not aware of this. And when I never asked this, no, only the second lecture. Anybody has a CA in their family, household CA, family member CA? कौन है? वो nursing is your brother, real brother है, real brother है. He was my student, you know that. 5 years ago, 5 years का gap है. But you are not the first younger sibling. This is not first time in life. As in the past, it has happened many a times that elder brother, younger brother, third sibling, fourth, fifth. Those days there was no Netflix now, so people had nothing more to do. All have been my students. I haven't still reached that stage where I can tell a student that your parent was also my student. Well, that's still a long way to go. But yes, I got the list of students. By the way, now this brings me to an important thing. I purposely did not say this at the beginning of the class because I know that there will be late comers, then they will miss this important piece of news. I have received the database of all the students, what I wanted for processing the backup. I have told my backend team to process the backup, and I think the backup lectures have already been mailed to you. You may also have, you check your spam folder if you have not received. The activation process, the download link, everything is given, and you can accordingly access. I will try my level best that, just for example, I completed your first lecture and same day I uploaded in the drive, because the lecture gets recorded in this laptop. So throughout the day when I am traveling, this laptop is with me. Only at late night when I am at home and I have got nothing to do, so laptop is an excuse, because I don't like to talk to people at home. I don't like people at home. It is their house, so I have to stay with them. So I sit with my laptop and I try my level best that the processing is done on the same day. The lecture is uploaded in the drive on the same day, so that in case you have missed also, you can cope with the class on the next day. So say for example, now you have downloaded the first lecture. Like that, you can download on a day-to-day basis. Once I upload, automatically you will be able to download. So I got the database where I saw your surname. So I believed that I had a student of the same surname in the past itself. I was going to ask you, but is your real brother? अच्छा, उसमें एक बहुत important बात cover हो गया, that you all received the mail, no? If you all have not received the mail, please make sure that you intimate it to me after class, not now, so that I can tell the backend team if there is any pending case. But most of you all, I think it is done. Okay? So that is how your backup is going to be available. If you have a chartered accountant, don't go and ask this to your brother, because he has studied from me, therefore he knows it. हाँ, and that was I think in the year 2019 because he was May 20 का batch. वो पता है कि नहीं? That is how I have calculated 5 years का gap. Otherwise, how would I know? हाँ. Anybody else? नहीं? You have upcoming chartered accountant. ठीक. Very good. ये अच्छा है. One attempt का gap no between the two of you. हाँ ठीक है, मतलब अटेम्प्ट तो नवंबर 25 है. अच्छा, ओके. सुनो, बट यू डेफिनेटली हैव वन सीए इन ऑफिस and you are convinced that that guy does not know anything. In fact, in every CA firm there is this one partner whom you always believe इसको partner कौन बनाया, and your laughter clearly tells me that ये us moment है bro. And you have already started imagining, he is talking about that guy, that guy or that female in my office. How does he know? Because there is one such person in every CA firm, and that partner ka level has only come, you know how? Sorry. You go and ask this to a practicing CA, so 9 out of 10 cases, they may not be aware of this concept called marginal. But then don't ask like this, sir, my tax sir was saying that you don't know marginal rate. 2 tight slabs he will give you and won't even sign your form 108. You know, you need to know how to pretend. Acting, I'll teach you if you want that. Sir, actually no, today my tax teacher taught a concept called marginal relief. That teacher does not know how to talk at all. I didn't understand only, sir. Can you explain a little, please? You know, most of these practicing chartered accountants have always a rude expression, angry expression on their face. You don't want to talk to them. You prefer talking to your senior article rather than going and talking to the partner. Not because the partner is rude, but because the partner knows that he has to act rude. Otherwise, you will come and start asking doubts, and he does not know a lot of things. So create an atmosphere that nobody is coming and asking only anything. It's a part of the game plan. So innocence में if you want, you can go ahead, ask, but then later correct that also. Okay. Then after that, go and tell the partner that sir को पता था, I did not understand. हाँ, मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि you take my name and then say sir को नहीं आता. Otherwise, that news will spread to other articles, or rather other articles को तो you clearly go and tell only. ऐसे last lecture में you guys did not wait back. I told you wait back, give me the number. How many people you are bringing in the next class? Huh? Hey Bhagwan. Why? No? So bro, who is going to lift you one fine day? Neighbors. This is why I share cordial relations with my neighbors. Chal chhod. Marginal relief. What is this concept? Let us discuss with the help of a small example. Supposingly my net taxable total income is 1 crore and 5,000. 1,000, 5,000. Is surcharge applicable? Yes. What rate? 15, because greater than 1 crore, 15%. Correct, Anna? If I was not this person A, but another person B, whose income was exact 1 crore. See, income can be anything. You can't say, nahi, sir, how can you have such an odd figure? Make it round figure. Income can be any amount. If I was B, I also have surcharge, but 10%, because 15 comes at greater than 1 crore. So one thing we all understand, that A is a case of 15% surcharge, B is a case of 10% surcharge, because there is a difference in their income. What is that difference in income? I want you to identify that first. Difference in income, 5,000. If I change my words and ask the same question, you still have to participate in class. What is the difference in income? Means how much A has earned more than B. 5,000 ka income difference. Definitely there will be some tax difference. Let's calculate that tax. Let's calculate basic tax. See, surcharge will come later, no? First basic tax for A and B both. Please give me the two amounts. Hmm? Hmm. See the 1 crore person. 90 lakh ka 30% is 27 plus 1 lakh 12,500. Correct? Hai? And that 1 crore 5,000 wala A, that's 90 lakh and 5,000 into 30% plus 1 lakh 12,500. What is the difference in tax here? 1,500. Numbers batao. What is the difference in income? 5,000. A is falling in which basic rate? Basic rate 30%. What is 30% of 5,000? Bro, that's the difference. Extra 5,000 taxable at 30%. That's the difference clearly reflected. Can you see this? And obviously, if your income is higher, your tax had to be higher. But now will come the twist in the story. We know both are cases of surcharge. But then A will have 15% and B will have only 10%. Correct? Hai? See, I have already calculated B ka surcharge. I am so fast. Don't laugh, bro. You making fun of me? If you are at this stage, then let me know, please. Done. 15% of basic tax only, no? 420 to 100, making the total 30 to 36, 100, and 10% of 28, 12, 500, 281, 250, 30, 93, 750. Can I call this my basic plus surcharge? Correct, hai na? What is the difference here? This creates the problem. Think as yourself as A and compare yourself. Think that your neighbor is B. Think that the person sitting next to you is B. So how much have you earned more than that person? 5,000. If you conceal that 5,000, undeclare that 5,000, so your income will also become 1 crore. Your tax will become 30, 93, 750. Because of an increase of 5,000, you are going to 1 crore 5,000 and your tax is becoming 32, 36, 100. Listen to the next statement very carefully. The tax liability of A is increasing by 1,42,350 because of 5,000. You have to agree with this, then only I go ahead. A ka tax is increasing by 142,350 because of 5,000. You have to agree with this. Do you agree with this? Nonsense. A is somewhere thinking, ye kya hai? Better to conceal only 5,000 and reduce tax by 1,42,000. You cannot charge tax of 142 for 5,000. You know what? A went and told the officer. In all honesty, A goes to the officer and tells, sir, my income has increased by how much? 5,000. Because of that, my tax is increasing by. Ye kya nonsense hai? Because of 5,000 you are charging. Do one thing, sir. Full 5,000 you keep. Sir, आप पूरा 5,000 ले लो, sir. You keep, sir, you keep full 5,000, but don't make it 142 at least. You found it funny? Bro, they did that. Believe me, that's what they have done. They have said, okay, 5,000 ki wajah se, because of 5,000, we can't make your tax 142,350. Let's do this. Let's keep full 5,000. What is the difference in income? 5,000. So the difference in tax cannot be more than 5,000. If this is 30, 93, 750, then this will be maximum 30, 98, 750. The difference in this is that statement, ladies and gentlemen. In one line, I am going to finish the explanation of marginal relief. See, it is all about your power of words and your ability to explain things. Sometimes You speak for hours and hours and the audience will not understand what is happening. और कभी कभी एक लाइन ही काफी है सेनोरिटा. One line and the concept is in your brain. One line. You record it, you write it, but this one line is the concept, and the line is the difference in tax cannot be more than the difference in income. Is the concept. You write it this way, that way, whichever way, do whatever you want, but this is the concept. I repeat, the difference in tax cannot be more than the difference in income. The difference in tax cannot be more than the difference in income. What is the difference in income? Income. The tax difference will be maximum. So यहाँ का tax तो you are taking full only, no? But then here you can't take full because you can take only this much. So you will have to subtract something. 137,350. If you subtract this, then only you will come to the correct figure. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Devyo, Sajjano and Mitro. This is your marginal relief. This is your marginal relief. And I repeat the concept, the difference in tax cannot exceed the difference in income. That's the concept. Take it the way you want. Are you clear about this? That's marginal relief. One sub-concept under surcharge, and marginal relief will come wherever surcharge will come. Not just individual, but all assessees. Not just at 15% level, at 10% also. You must do this. See, at intermediate level, no, I check their notebooks and I take action. Action includes not allowing them to sit in class. Action includes giving them too tight slaps, calling their parents, do whatever you want because they are kids, they are teenagers. At final level, you don't expect a teacher to, do all this. In fact, if the teacher starts doing this, it will become funny. So in the interest of yourself, practice this. NTTI 50 lakh and 1,000. Can you calculate tax? I will also give you homework. I will also give the hint of doing it. Calculate tax on 50 lakh and 50 lakh 1,000 and compare it with somebody who has exact 50 lakh. So basic tax of both. Difference will be 300 rupees. No, 1,000 ka 30%. 50 lakh person will not have any surcharge. This guy will have 10% surcharge. The difference cannot be more than 1,000 rupees. Because difference in tax cannot be more than difference in, means orally I have solved only. So whenever you are just crossing the surcharge threshold, you have to always check it. Now then, at 1 crore 5,000, it is just crossing. But supposingly that income was 1.5 crore, the first example. So now do you understand? The income above 1 crore is 50 lakh rupees and surcharge will be barely some 4-5 lakh rupees, 6 lakh rupees. So obviously, there is no marginal relief. But had this been 1 crore 1 lakh or 1 crore 2 lakh, something like that, then you will have to check. Whenever you are very close to the surcharge threshold, you will have to always check. Marginal relief is always going to be applicable on the understanding that difference in tax cannot be more than difference in income. Is that concept understood, everyone? That was the first concept under surcharge. We have one more concept under surcharge. One more concept. Surcharge is not over, bro. Mistake किया. What have you written? बराबर तो. Difference in total. Totally. Basic plus surcharge का total difference cannot be more than the difference in income. Correct है? चलो. Second concept under surcharge. All this is contribution of auntie in the law. Believe me, at this stage, surcharge used to get over before auntie era. And we used to learn the last concept, cess. And in fact, other assesses used to quickly get over. There is a reason behind that. We'll discuss. And there was no new regime. Means 15 minutes from here, we were actually into the second chapter. Second lecture, we used to start the second chapter. Today, since the auntie era, we are starting the second chapter in the fifth lecture. We are only in the second lecture as of now. New regime we have not started. Bro, old maybe individual is going on. And in surcharge, I'll tell you. Before auntie, only this much surcharge was there. Kya sir? 10 and 15. So after 2 crore or 5 crore also it used to be 15 only. Auntie brought 25 and 37. So when she brought 25 and 37, people who are earning huge amounts, देखो day to day life में no, earning more than 2 crore or 5 crore with normal sources is a very, very difficult thing. You know, there are people who are actively trading in the markets, and you call it knowledge or tip or research or whatever you may want to call it. Huge amounts people are making in the stock markets, which effectively is pushing them here. Because of stock market profits, because of abnormal profits like capital gains, because of an income like dividend. Think about it. Dividend is not in your control. Use your brain. Dividend will come only when the company decides to give it. Because of such abnormal things which are beyond your control, you are pushed into the 25% surcharge rate. So active investors of stock markets, which also includes owners of multinational companies. Now today Mukesh Bhai is rich only because Reliance ka market capitalization is high. If there is a fall in market price of Reliance ka shares, automatically his net worth will fall. Like what happened with Adani after Hindenburg. People have now stopped taking Hindenburg seriously. That's a different thing altogether. Chal re tera roj ka yaar. You've seen that small meme video of Mukesh Bhai when he was interviewed by a journalist called Rajdeep Sardesai. नहीं मैं आपको seriously नहीं लेता. You've seen that video, Mukesh Bhai's video? So these, richest businessmen, industrialists of the country, they told auntie, every time we are selling a stake in our company, that also becomes a case of capital gains, no, on stock market. And you are pushing us in the higher surcharge. Kindly do something. They wanted her to remove this, but auntie will not. She is impossible. She is not going to remove it. So she made this whole thing complicated. She said what? From now onwards, I will divide your NTTI into 2 parts for levying surcharge. Till now, for basic tax purposes, we were dividing, no? Ab, NTTI will be divided into normal income and special income. In special income, we will keep all your capital gains, stock market, etc. I'll name those incomes, which are the special incomes. And this part of surcharge will come only if your normal income, like salary, house property, PGBP, if that is crossing 2 crores. See, ordinarily, surcharge is attracted on the basis of NTTI, and NTTI covers all the incomes. So if you are ever asked that surcharge will come on the basis of which amount? NTTI. But 25 will come on the basis of normal NTTI. Your normal NTTI has to cross 2 crores. So, auntie says something like this, the second concept under surcharge. Auntie says, if your NTTI includes the following special incomes. So let me first bring to your notice which are those special incomes. We have short-term capital gain on stock market, which is a special income. Till 22nd July, it was 15%. Now it has become 20%. We have, but still a special rate. We have long-term capital gains on stock market. Let me not again and again tell you the old rate, new rate, unnecessarily confuse you. At least there is special rate involved. And you should know which income. So this is STCG stock market. This is LTCG stock market. This is all other long-term capital gain. Long-term capital gain on land, building, gold, etc. If you have income in the form of dividend, that is also a sudden and surprising income beyond your control. And there is a section 115A(d) in income tax law. 115 AD. Of course, you have got no idea about it. But एक second. बहुत पढ़ लिया यार. Do you observe this range of special rates? Special rates of tax? Does 115 AD fall in this range? Means one thing is for sure, it's a part of special rates of tax chapter, 5th chapter I will cover. In India, some foreign investors come to invest in stock markets. They are known as FIIs. So, FIIs ka capital gain will be taxable at special rate, and that is given in 115 AD. So, our capital gain on stock market comes here. FIIs ka capital gain on stock market comes here. That's the basic difference. But this is also capital gain on stock market only. These are the special incomes, and at least these incomes are very easy for you, basic for you to understand. Altogether, there are 5 special incomes. Let's clearly identify which are those 5 special incomes. Short-term stock market, long-term stock market, long-term other than stock market, dividend, and FII capital gains. 5 incomes are declared to be special. If your income contains any of these incomes, see, it is very easy and likely to contain, no? If your income contains these incomes, then for the purpose of levy of 25 and 37, by the way, when does 25 or 37 apply? When income exceeds 2 crore 25 and then 5 crore to 37, you will have to check your other incomes. For 25 and 37, you check your other incomes. Means, if you want to levy 10% surcharge, let me clarify that also. Sometimes surcharge can be 0%. That is when your total income is up to 50 lakhs. Exact 50 also is 0. If you want to levy 10%, that's when it is more than 50 up to 1 crore. Or if you want to levy 15%, more than 1 crore up to 2 crore. There is no change in rule. We will do what we have historically done. एक बात बताओ, tell me one thing, surcharge comes on the basis of which amount? You always check your NTTI only, no yaar. So check NTTI. If you want to levy 25, then don't check NTTI, check other income. That other income, like salary, business, profession, that should be more than 2 crores. If that is more than 2 crore, then 25% will come. If total is more than 2 crore, that can't bring 25. Because we want to make 25 and 37 inapplicable to these incomes. For 25 and 37, you have to imagine that you don't have these incomes. If your other income is crossing 2 crore, then only there will be 25 and 37. And that also, are we checking our other incomes? If the other income is exceeding 2 crores, say salary is 3 crores, will there be 25% surcharge? 25 and 37 will come only on the tax of other incomes. Means, will there be some tax on these incomes also? Tax you have to calculate. On these incomes, there will never be 25 and 37% surcharge. On these incomes, we will levy maximum 15%. The logic was, basically, we want to make 25 and 37 inapplicable to 5 incomes. Is 0 applicable? 10 applicable? 15 applicable? Yes. And for your other incomes, 25 and 37 will be applicable. For better understanding purposes, this is, a very, very complicated part. we have to do. For a concept like rebate, I did 6 examples. Obviously, after numerical examples, everything will be clear. Whatever minor doubts that you are having, everything will be clear. But theoretically, first understand. There are 4 rates of surcharge: 10, 15, 25, 37. How do you decide which surcharge rate will apply? Your first answer will always be, understand the chronology now, so that in the numerical examples, you are able to apply it. Okay. So, answer. How do you decide surcharge? By checking the amount of NTTI. If your answer is coming at 0, 10 or 15, just simply apply and finish the topic. This point is not applicable to anybody who is in 0, 10 or 15. If the answer is coming to 25 or 37, then you have to segregate your incomes. And for 25 and 37, only the other income has to be checked. You understand this? Chalo, dekhte hain how much you have understood. Okay. Let's do some numerical examples. I am going to give you the 5 special incomes, and I am going to give you other incomes. Other means normal, it will cover salary, house, property, PGBP, everything. Can that or will that be our NTTI? Come on, tell me yes or no. That's our NTTI. So normally we look at this amount to decide surcharge. But for 25 and 37, we will check this amount. This has to be more than 2 crore. Matlab, listen, for 10% surcharge, check this amount. For 15% surcharge, check this amount. But for 25%, check this. For 37, check this. Here, maximum surcharge will be 15%. Even if your NTTI is 100 crores, 25, 37 will come only on this. Here we will have maximum 15% surcharge. Is what I want you all to understand. Let's see with the help of numbers. I will give you some numbers from my side, explain the concept. Thereafter, if there is still some doubt remaining in your mind, we will discuss this. Don't worry. Chalo. First, supposingly my 5 special incomes are 4 crores. And my other income comprises of salary, house, property is 1.5 crore. So what is my net taxable total income? 5.5. Is this a case of surcharge? How do you decide that? By checking the NTTI. What's your NTTI? The more you participate, the better things will come out. 5.5. By looking at this amount, what is your internal answer of surcharge? 37. Okay, wait. If this answer was 10, I would have said just apply, topic over. 15, apply, topic over. But if your answer is 25 or 37, so wait. Now you will have to check these 2 amounts separately. This amount and this amount separately. Only for 25 and 37. If your answer is coming to 25 or 37, this has to be more than 2 crore. Is this more than 2 crore? No. No. Then there cannot be 25% surcharge. Then there will be only 15% surcharge. But wait, you at least do not make the mistake of leaving surcharge on this amount and this amount. That will be a ridiculous mistake, nonsense. Tell me what is the mistake here? कोई सोच रहा है कि क्या right is no wrong है बोल. Bro, you have to calculate basic tax. Surcharge is not applicable on income. You calculate tax here, tax here. वैसे भी we apply surcharge only after calculating basic tax. No? On this tax, we will apply 15% surcharge. Sir, why? Because this has to be more than 2 crore for 25 or more than 5 crore for 37. If 25 or 37 will apply, then it will apply on the basis of this amount. And only on this much part. As far as this is concerned, is this crossing 2 crores? To hell with it. It is always going to be 15%. This 4 crore can be 40 crore or 400 crores of special income. You will not cross 15. If you want to go to 25 and 37, then you have to check this amount. You can't take this amount to 25 or 37. Is that clear? So how many rates of surcharge you have been taught? 4. For 10, you will check what? NTTI. For 15, you will check what? NTTI. But for 25 and 37, you will check this. Is the policy that you have to adopt. All answers will fall in place. All answers. चल देखते. Akshay Kumar. And you call yourself Gen Z. 1.5 crore and 4 crore. You still have 5.5. Is this a case of surcharge? Which amount have you checked to decide that? NTTI. How much is the NTTI? 5.5. 5.5 brings to you which answer of surcharge? 37. Okay, wait. If 37 is your answer, then you will have to separate the incomes. Means do what? Calculate tax year and calculate tax year. Because surcharge is applicable not on the income. Surcharge will come on tax. Whatever be your answer, this cannot be more than 15. Come check this. Is this more than 2 crore and more than 5 crore? So this is between 2 and 5. Okay, bro. 25% surcharge. Now I repeat. For 10 and 15, you check this amount. For 25 and 37, you check this amount. Is the concept. This will never go in 25 and 37. This will never go in 25 and 37. This will remain in 15. Irrespective of whatever is your surcharge on the right side. Look. Have you understood? Check what we have done now. If your NTTI includes 5 special income, let us quickly identify what are those 5 special incomes. Short-term stock market, long-term stock market, all long-term, dividend and FII capital gains. Then what will happen? 25 and 37 will apply only on your other incomes. For that you check your other incomes. That means 10 and 15 you check your NTTI and 25 and 37 you check your other income. Okay. Let me do some more examples so that from my side things are clear. Then I will definitely give you the opportunity to frame any example if you want. It is not necessary to frame the example right now in class itself. If you are following my instruction of giving 15 minutes per day, so while studying during the day also, if any example comes to your mind, will be more than happy. But come before time in class or wait back after class and I will be solving your individual doubts. Absolutely no problem. Okay, chalo. 4 crore and 20 lakhs. Chalo, one more thing I'll make easy for you. Let's start by this first. In any case, surcharge comes only after basic tax. First check, which amount are you checking? What are you thinking? I want to know what you are thinking. Right or wrong, let it be. But what are you thinking? Check the NTTI. How much is the NTTI? 4.2 gives you what answer? 25. But if 25 is the answer, so you have to separate the two amounts. Because for 25, we can't check this. We have to check this. Correct? Hai? Theek. So then come to the individual amounts. As far as the individual amounts are concerned, this in this life will never go to. The highest is 50. Highest. If at all 25 will come, where will it come? On the other income. Now the other income is not crossing 2 crores. The one thing is for sure that 25 is not the answer. What's your answer? I want to know that. I want to know that because this is the difficult part that we are doing. What's your answer? 0. 15. 0 by income is less than. So here is where you are wrong. For 0, you see this. For 10, you see this. For 15, you see this. You are checking 20 lakh only for deciding 25% will come or not. 37 will come or not. If the answer is 25, then we are interested in the breakup. If the answer is 37, then we are interested in the breakup. If the answer is 0, that can't be because of this amount. Bro, your NTTI has crossed the surcharge threshold long ago. We are making 25 and 37 inapplicable on this side. But is this income also subjected to 15? So this income also has to be subjected to 15%. Now please understand. Supposingly there was no 25 and 37. I'll explain the logic. There is logic. Nothing is bigger than logic. You should know the logic. Supposingly there was no 25 and 37. So what were the two applicable rates of surcharge? 15 and 15. In that, if you had these numbers, एक ऐसा situation you imagine where there is no 25 and 37 and same numbers, 4 crore and 20 lakhs. Only 15%, 25, 37 does not exist. So by looking at this amount, what's your answer? 15 hai na? So how can you say that this 20 lakh will go in 0? The moment this has crossed 1 crore, 15 is on you. We are discussing whether 25, 37 will come, won't come. If it will come only on the basis of this much. But that discussion is only for 25, 37, 25, 37, 25, 37. You are already in 15 the moment you have crossed 1 crore in aggregate. It's about 25 will come or will not come. It's not about 0 or 10. It has to be 15 here. You understand? If this was 0, then you check this amount. Maybe this is 20 lakh and then 0. Then the surcharge is only not applicable. You understood the mistake? Whoever said 0, no surcharge, you understood the mistake? We are checking individual income only for 25, 37. You can't check 20 lakh for 0. You can't check 20 lakh for 10. For that, you have to check this. And therefore, I repeat. For 25 and 37, check other incomes. But otherwise, you check NTTI only. You understood? Chal, ek aur. You understood, no? Why 15% all through? One more. 20 lakhs, 4 crore, 4.2 crore. Once again, we will do what? First, calculate tax. Because only after basic tax we decide surcharge. This is that stage where, ladies and gentlemen, you don't use rough knowledge. You use the step-by-step chronology taught to you. First thing that you check is NTTI. NTTI gives you what answer? 25. If it gives you 25, then check individual amount. Check that individual amount. What is that individual amount? 4 crore. So will 25 come? But it can come only on 4 crore. 4 crore ka tax, not on the income. Come on, your chance for redemption. 0 nahi? 0 nahi? Less than 50 lakh? No bro, if 0 was the answer, so we check this. Once this is more than 1 crore, 15 is a necessary part of life. This whole discussion is about 15. This whole discussion is about 25, 37 applicable, cannot applicable. 15 तो आ गया ना? अरे mistake you understood, Shifa. 15 is fixed. 25, 37 will come or won't come. is the question. You understood the mistake? Now it is an open house, and this, whether online or offline, every student is equally important. Hey, come on, bro, everyone has paid me, so I am responsible for the career of each one of you. Don't think that a big class is over, will he reply to me or no? Yeah, go. It is student tendency, especially at CA final, after results are out, they don't see it necessary to communicate also. मतलब CA final students का दिल ना, stone hearted they are, soul, wool, आत्मा सब मर गए. They don't consider it necessary to even message clear के not clear. मतलब सोशल मीडिया से, कॉमन फ्रेंड से भी कम टू नो, अच्छा X cleared or Y cleared or Z cleared. But I am not that kind of, a teacher that if you tell me that you have cleared, I will say कि नहीं अभी पैसा दे. You have cleared because of me. नहीं, I will be happy only, more happy than you are, happier than you. If you are, ठीक है, do what you want, but participate in class. Participate in class. Any number you want to take in category 1 and category 2, of course, it will make the total NTTI. It is open for you. Online students or offline students, anybody can participate. Create any numerical example. Just be careful about one thing. This total has to be more than 1 crore. Actually, ideally, total has to be more than 2 crore also if we are discussing 25 and 37. If your total is less than 2 crore, then this discussion that we are right now doing is inapplicable. The whole discussion is about 25 and 37. So be careful about that. That way, if you take any example, तो होगा क्या? I'll say 15 or 10 or anything. But to avoid time wastage, please make sure that total comes to more than 2 crore. Then only there is discussion. Otherwise, there is no discussion. Anybody? Bol, you wanted to say something, no? Pehle. What's your name? Pratik. You had some doubt after my second example. Fourth example was the doubt. So, bol na, tell me the amount now. Special income. That's the answer. 15 is fixed. Question is about 25, 37. It will come on the other income. Bolo. Anybody else? Any other numerical example? नहीं. Some are like बहुत कर ले. Bro, छोड़ ना. We trust you. बाकी otherwise exam में आया तो normal was. Bad news है, you don't have IDT in the same paper to cover the marks. DT is 100 marks. And I think you have some options in your ये SPOM का modules of set C and set D. Out of multiple subjects, you can choose something. Set A, set B are to your costing and law, which is mandatory. Set C and D में you have got options. अच्छा, it is not applicable to you guys. C and D not applicable. इतना confusing है ना bro, कि auntie is confusing the law, institute is confusing किसको what is applicable, what is not applicable. We need one lecture for that also. हाँ, चल ठीक है, अब not applicable to not applicable. But then there used to be a paper called elective paper where you have multiple options and you have to choose one of them. If choice is given, nobody will ever choose tax, especially direct tax, but you don't have the choice. Okay, so please make sure that you go through this. This is complicated, I agree with this. I have tried to make it as easy as possible. In case you are doing multiple numerical examples while practicing this concept at home, 15 minutes I'm asking for you. If there is any difficulty, come in the next class before time or wait back after class in the last few minutes of doubt solving. Okay, I have one doubt. This first wale ka you are saying 2 crore, no? If you have said 2 crore plus 31 lakhs, so I am assuming this is 2 crore. And this is 31 lakh. Correct, hai na? So this is, I believe, same as example 3 only, but I am still doing it for you because I don't say no to students for anything. Same as third example hai. First we calculate tax. आप ही participate करके बोलो. You only participate so that you understand. Okay, your doubt and my answer both. First we check this, what is our answer, and everyone else can also practice here. What is our answer? 25. Oh bro, if 25 is the answer, then you check this, because on this so we will always have, it can't be more than 15. This could have been 25 if this was more than 2 crore, but no, this will also be 15. I hope nobody has this doubt कि sir ये तो 31 lakh, so now that is solved, because if 0 is your answer, then that will be because of this. Once this is more than 1 crore, it can never be below 15. You have to, keep your range in 15, 25 and 37. Same as example 3. Any other answer? Actually, chat box mein there are so many messages now. 2 crore and other income. 2 crore other income and 1000 special income. Jayesh. अच्छा, एक मिनट. 2 crore other income, Jayesh, and 1000 special income. हाँ, तो that makes it 2 crore 1000. अरे यार ऐसे ही लिख रहा हूँ, please allow me to do this. I hope there is no problem in doing this. 2 crore 1000. Okay, look at this and decide. 25 ये correct है, but then if you want to levy 25, you have to check individual amount. Calculate tax here. Calculate tax here. This will go in 15. And this will also go in 15 because it has to be greater than 2 crore. You understood or no? Marginal relief आता because अगर 25 लगता तो full 2 crore 1000 अगर normal income होता, so then there would have been 25 because of 1000. But exact 2 crore वाले के लिए there will be only 15. But here तो entirely it is 15 only. So there is no increase only because of this 1000 rupees. Understood? You can take 2 crore 1000 as your entirely normal income and then compare with 2 crore wala. So what will happen? Basic tax तक तो ठीक है. 2 crore वाले पे you will apply 15% and 2 crore 1000 वाले पे you will apply 25%. That is when marginal relief will come into picture. Here to 25 is not coming only, no? Understood or no? Everyone? Obviously, 1000 is only an example that is taken. Obviously, 1000 being below the basic exemption limit is not going to be taxed at all. So that way there is no question of surcharge. But then, ये zero है. So surcharge is becoming zero because of tax being zero. Understood, Aditya? Surcharge is becoming zero because, लेकिन I am explaining the surcharge part of it. Basic tax तो हो गया ना? Is that clear? Can you explain example 3 again? Okay, example 3. Yes, Devang. Example 3 किधर है Devang? हाँ है. Sorry. First you check this Devang. Tell me what's your answer. And Devang के behalf पे use trick because he is shy. What's your answer? Type करना Devang. या audio पे बोल दे if people are not throwing utensils around you. 25. But then if you want to apply 25, so you check this. Is this more than 2 crore? No, means 25 won't come. If 25 had to come, then this should cross 2 crore. And if 25 is not coming, so 15 to has to come, no? Because the moment 1 crore is crossed, 15 has to come. So here also 15 and here also 15. Discussion was about 25. 25 won't come because this is not crossing 2 crores. समझा क्या? But 25 won't come does not mean that 15 won't come, because 15 के लिए तो we check this, no? Now clear है? Clear है? Okay. One more doubt. Purnima. Purnima, you also have an elder brother who was my student earlier. No, I had in the last batch one student of the same surname. Special income 2 crores. Other income is 5.5 crores लिखा है ना? Okay. Everyone participate. देखो, every doubt of any student is a useful example. Is useful example for all of us. 7.5 crore. We are following policy. First check. 7.5. what answer that is giving you? स्पेशल ही बोला था ना, स्पेशल इज 2 करोड़. अच्छा उल्टा बोला है, सॉरी. स्पेशल इज 2 करोड़ and other income is क्या समझा? ब्लैक मैजिक you have done on my tab. What is happening? Some are like sir time हो गया लेक्चर. नहीं. हाँ, is this the correct example? Okay. In any case, first we calculate tax. On the tax we apply surcharge. Looking at this, what is your answer? But if 37 is your answer, you have to check the individual income. Is this income also attracting 37? Because yes, it has exceeded. So either 37, but whatever be the case, here it can be only 15. This cannot be more than 15. We started by saying, isko maximum 15 because auntie wanted to make 25, 37 inapplicable on this much part. So then she said, okay, for 25, 37, check this. Otherwise, we were never checking individual incomes. We were always checking total income. समझा ना? Everyone? हाँ. First, we'll calculate tax. ये clear है? Everyone is with me? After calculating tax, the next step is calculation of, come on, surcharge. For that, we will check entity. What's your answer? 25. But for 25, what do we have to do? Check the other income. Is the other income crossing the threshold? So iske upar we will apply 25. But on this we cannot apply more than 15. So highest is going to be 15. You asked this because of marginal relief, not because of surcharge. Yahan clear hai? Which surcharge will come? Is that clear? Why is this attracting 25? Because this amount has crossed 2 crore. Ye clear hai? Whatever be the surcharge on the right side, this cannot exceed 15. That part is clear. So we will get basic plus surcharge here. This tax into 15% plus this tax into 25%. That will give you your doubt is not with respect to the surcharge applicable. Surcharge applicable ka part is over. And that I think most of you all have understood ke yahan pe 15, yahan pe 25, how it has come. Now his doubt is about sir marginal relief kaise work out hoga. See, for marginal relief, no, this 2 crore 10,000 has to be compared with the previous level. Ye correct hai? Now if we have to compare it with 2 crore, usme we have to take this 5,000 because special income exists. So for comparison, what will you do? You take here 5,000 and take the balance here, making this total 2 crores. You understand? Come on. See, you have to compare this with the previous surcharge level, no? The previous surcharge level is 2 crore. So total has to be 2. But special income cannot be removed. Special has to be kept. So balancing figure will be this. Now you calculate this tax. Calculate tax plus surcharge here. Calculate tax plus surcharge here. This total will give you basic plus surcharge. And the difference cannot be more than 5,000. So that concept is a little different. First, you be clear when which surcharge will apply. After applying that, you compare it with the previous level of surcharge to decide how much of the marginal relief has to be given. Obviously it will be 15% only, no? Because now this amount will be not exceeding 2 crore rupees. So pure ke upar there will be 15. And obviously here there is little of 25. So this amount will be higher. And the difference between the two amounts cannot be more than 5,000. हाँ 10,000. Sorry, I was checking if you are paying attention. It cannot be more than 10,000 because the difference in income is 10,000. Now clear, no? So there is one discussion of marginal relief, and then there is other discussion of which surcharge will apply. First we apply the applicable surcharge. For that, are you clear when 2537 will come and will not come? Once that is done, then you check marginal relief will come or will not come. Compare it with the previous threshold and decide whether there will be surcharge or marginal relief. Is that clear? I have couple of examples still. 5,000 and 2 crore. लेकिन कौन सा 5,000 कौन सा 2 crore, that you have not mentioned. And you have mentioned one more thing. Special income is 55 lakhs. ठीक है. And other income is 3.5 crore. What is the total? 4 crore 5 lakh है. Okay, this is an example that we have already taken care of. ठीक है, but very quickly. Participate करके बोलो. You only say so that you don't make any mistake. First, what will you check? NTTI. NTTI is 405. So what's your answer? 25. But if 25 is your answer, then check this. Is this more than 2 crore? So will there be 25 here? But this will always be 15. Obviously, it has to be 15. It can't be 10. It can't be 0. Array, this has crossed 1 crore, no? So 10 and 0 cannot come. 15 has to come. The question is whether 2537 will come or no. Clear हुआ? Clear हुआ? Any other doubt remaining? Now is that clear? जो भी confusion था, is that eliminated? Everyone, if you give the go ahead, I go ahead. अभी तक I have taught you only surcharge of individuals. तो only for individuals we are discussing. अभी HUF का surcharge is same, तो concept will apply. But company firm का surcharge is different. उनको 2537 है ही नहीं. तो you can't apply this concept. Firms का there is only one surcharge, 12%. Companies का there are only two surcharge. Domestic का 7 and 12, non-domestic का 2 and 5. तो जब 2537 है ही नहीं, तो why this concept will apply? But HUF का surcharge is same, so this concept will apply. So as we go ahead to the assesses, we'll talk about it. For now, are you clear? Still, if there is any confusion, you can try this and discuss with me in tomorrow's class. No problem. Last point है, so let us at least finish this so that we can go home safely saying, office safely saying that harsh. At least individual. Last concept. Remember 3 concepts after tax calculation? We have completed 2. Which are those 2? Basic tax and, rebate and surcharge. Last concept. HEC, health and education cess. Our government provides free health facilities in government hospitals. Of course, we don't avail them, otherwise we'll fall sick. Our government provides free education till the age of 14. You avail or you don't avail, but they are providing. For everything you want to do in life, you first need paisa, then passion. If paisa comes, don't say I am very passionate about poetry writing. Bro, you need someone to pay bills also. Art hai, art. You need money also. Now for running these plans, free health, free education, government needs money. Who will give? You will give. In the form of a cess, health and education cess. The best part is condition. You remember rebate ka 3 conditions: resident, individual, income up to 5 lakh. You remember surcharge, only one condition, but your income has to cross the threshold. Rebate ka, you know what is the condition? When will rebate come? No condition. Always. You are rich or poor, you are individual or HUF, you are company or firm, you are a case of rebate or a case of surcharge. Bro, you are in old regime or new regime. There is one thing across the income tax law, old regime or new regime, any assessee, any tax calculation, the rate of HEC is fixed. It will come always, and it will come always at a rate of 4%. Please do not go and tell this to auntie. Anybody from Chennai ka background, Tamilian? Chennai se hai koi? Anyone from Chennai here? Matlab ancestral background in Chennai, anyone? Next time you are in your native place for your picnic, kindly do not go to auntie's house and tell her this. Auntie, dekho, surcharge mein there are so many variations. Basic tax mein, auntie says across the income tax law is same. All assessees, any regime. Auntie is like, kya baat kar raha hai? Okay. From today onwards, individual 2%, company up to 5 lakh income 3%, after 5 lakh. Bros, she is auntie, she can do anything. You know, there is this movie, they say, wo stree hai, wo kuch bhi kar sakte hai. Bro, that stree may or may not do anything, but auntie will do everything. Don't tell her that there is something which is easy in income tax. She will not leave it. Somewhere I think auntie is supporting chartered accountants. Make the income tax law so complicated, nobody understands. Let there be litigation. Let chartered accountants earn by fighting those cases. See, in order to comply with the law, you need to understand the law. Make the law in, you know that meme is there ke काम ऐसा करो के 4 लोग बोले वो. You've seen those memes. Law ऐसा लिखो के 4 लोग बोले. क्या लिखती है बे? Seriously, don't tell her this. Cess across the income tax law. Across the income tax law is same 4%. On what? Start with your basic tax. So basic tax is indispensable. Without basic tax, you can't start. From this basic tax, you subtract rebate, but if applicable, no bro, because rebate is not applicable for everyone. In this basic tax, you add surcharge, that also if applicable, because surcharge also will not come always. And of course, we know that between rebate and surcharge, it will be any one. It can never be both. Come on. See, 0 to 5 lakh is basic minus rebate. After 5 lakh till 50 lakh, it is only basic. And after 50 lakh, it is basic plus surcharge. Whatever are the previous steps, complete everything. And the amount that you have, on that amount, you will apply 4%. The second last amount, the penultimate amount, the one amount before your final tax, that amount ke upar you will apply 4%. That amount with which you enter this step, on that amount you will apply 4%. If your tax is 100, it is 104. If your tax is 200, it is 208. Whenever you pay tax, whichever assessee, whichever regime across the income tax law, 4% HEC is going to be applicable. Your tax will increase by 4% in the name of cess. Always it will come on all assessees, basic minus rebate plus surcharge. Do everything and then apply. Last step may apply cess. With this, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to get something called your total tax liability. Suno, basic, apply rebate, apply surcharge. These two are if applicable, but apply cess always applicable. After doing all this, what you get is your liability. During this previous year, this is my duty towards the government. This is known as liability. Please mark the words, because institute has played dirty games in exams. MCQs questions, they are there in our book also. You will get all questions of ICAI database. I already told you. Kya game khela hai? Student has solved every step correctly. Basic, rebate, surcharge, whatever is applicable, everything perfect. Everything perfect. No mistake made till now. The answer is not matching with any of the options. Question bolta hai, calculate the tax payable. You are getting this amount. This is not matching with any of the options. Because this, ladies and gentlemen, is liability. Sometimes it is possible that you have something called prepaid taxes. During the previous year, we have paid something called advance tax. Other people have deducted my TDS, TCS. Matlab, out of my liability, a certain portion is already paid to the government. And this is my final amount of tax payable. Bro, what if I tell you, for people like me who get only 90% of my payment from coaching classes, they don't deduct 10% for overacting. Oh, 50 rupees overacting ka separate hai. They deduct 10% in the form of TDS, which I later get credit from the government. I always get refund every year because I am below basic exemption limit. Still there is tax. TDS. So it can be refundable. Now, what if I tell you in that MCQ there was some TDS of the assessee? You minus that, and the amount that you get is matching with the correct answer, because the question said calculate tax payable and you were checking the liability. And there are some idiots that I have met in life. They calculate basic tax, then they subtract TDS. Next level hai, bro. Bro, TDS is adjusted against your total liability. This is my payable and this is what I have paid. बोला जितना TDS on that much amount no cess. वाह, सही है. No bro, calculate everything including cess and finally adjust your prepaid taxes. So see the words very carefully. Institute is asking liability ke payable because you will get marks only to answer those questions. And if you've not read the question properly, you'll lose marks. And that is why I say direct tax is very, very difficult to score marks. Because if you don't, see, you've done everything correct. As a student, you cannot be blamed that you've not studied. But still, you're not getting your marks. Or MCQ है, देखो, had it been a subjective question, so at least tabs का some marks you would have got. अभी MCQ में तो you won't get anything. Zero है. Be very careful. And solution है. Solution है. Please do not leave a single question of my additional question bank. And it is an open challenge. Then if someone can stop you from clearing it. Still, I don't guarantee 100 out of 100. That is not possible. Last time you scored 90 plus was 12 standard maths accounts. OC, SP, ECO. Last time you scored 90 marks was that 90 marks is out of your life now. It is not going to come again for this life at least. Here in CA, 75% is all India rank, single digit rank. Here in CA, 50% passing is achievement. Gone are those days. Okay. So please make sure that you solve everything because such minute details will be tested. Ladies and gentlemen, don't celebrate. Sir, chapter 1 introduction over. Harsh. Nash. Introduction is not over because old regime is going on. अच्छा sir, old regime हो गया. Harsh. नहीं sir, old regime में individual is over. अभी old regime of other assessees and then new regime. At least 2 more lectures for tax calculation. Thank you so much everyone. Any